Alright. This was really fucking annoying. But I think it's actually live. Happy Halloween, guys. Alright. Alright, let's clean up some of this huge mess of windows and shit that I created trying to make this happen. Alright, can anybody hear me? I know I'm speaking through a mask, so it's probably not that great. Also, I should point out that I'm not obviously going to wear this the whole time because I can't put on headphones. I can barely see. I'm extremely uncomfortable. Cool. Alright. So, Half-Life Opposing Force. Let's see if I can play through this entire game tonight. I'm just going to be talking to people on Discord pretty much the entire time. Because I've played this game enough times that I'm probably not going to be able to get a lot of excitement out of just replaying it. Whew. Alright, let's bring some Discord people on. This was just... What a horrible idea this was.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, so if you guys want to join the Discord, there should be a link in the video description. If you join the Discord, you can join the general voice chat, and then we'll drag some people in, and if it gets extremely loud and obnoxious, then we'll just drag them right back out again.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking A. So, trying to fix streaming issues while wearing these gloves, and for at least a large part of that, wearing that gas mask, it was not a lot of fun.
But why didn't you take it off? The stream wasn't even running.
Well, I did take the mask off to get some of the work done, but I kept getting very close to having it working. Yeah. Exciting. I'm just so uncomfortable. Everything about this sucks ass. Okay, so people other than me will have to keep an eye on this audio leveling.
Okay, Go 7. Proceed to Sector 112LZ and rendezvous with Alpha Bravo Tango.
What a phenomenal game this is. And I've railed in the past about how video games are extremely unoriginal, and this is kind of an example of that. They just like, you know, this just is the intro to Predator.
Anytime, anywhere.
I stand by it that Opposing Force is the best part of the whole Half-Life series.
Smell what? Smells like
So some people can hear me and some people can't, huh?
to me, man. No shit, man. Maybe
Pretty
been
good
dropped
both
by
series.
accident. This ain't training mission.
Oh yeah, that's probably going to be distracting and annoying for you.
Kept our orders from us for so
No, I
long.
just need the stream.
Yeah, what the hell's that all
I
about?
don't need to
Throwing our
talk
asses
to you
in this
in my
hunk
ears.
of junk and not even telling us what we're going in for, man. Do you have a problem, Private? I will give you your orders when we have...
Okay, alright. Some people are able to hear me. That's good enough, I guess.
I don't really give a damn.
Yeah, if anybody notices any audio leveling issues, like if you can't hear the people I'm talking to, if you can't hear me, if you... Oh yeah, speakers were off. Nice work, Pinocha. If you can't hear me, you can't hear the game, you can't hear the people I'm talking to, just try to get my attention in chat, we'll see. Talking to Speedy and Maverick,
Yeah, I'm gonna be pissed too when I gotta search out rescue.
and whoever else is in there.
Oh, and me.
You are Maverick.
Aren't you
No,
Maverick?
I'm not.
He is.
Speedy, I'm talking to Speedy, Maverick, and this other guy, whose name is also
Yeah, the
Maverick.
third guy.
Yeah.
Mini-me would be here.
That's how Australia works, man. They barely have internet to begin with. Oh shit, here we go. I like that how you can sort of see in the background that the guys are all just still doing their idle animation, sitting down in the chopper even as it blows up.
I love that he rubs his gun when it happens.
I'm gonna increase the volume on Speedy here. Oh god, get me out of here.
Get me out of here.
Speedy, you want to start dragging some people into the communal voice here?
Oh, sure, why not?
Let's see how quickly I learn to regret this decision.
Drag Griffin in here.
Oh no.
I don't have permission to drag people in.
Oh shit, does Maverick have that?
Let's get the quick drop. Oh no, I can't do it either.
Oh,
What the hell, you did
I'm not
it, you did it
sure.
earlier. Ah, fuck it, I'll do it myself. I'll do it my own damn self.
Fireplace. Pull your
Oh,
tribe
oh.
out.
Oh my god.
It's happening!
Oh,
Oh no.
Quick, everybody scream.
No.
Everybody be cool, man. Just be cool.
Okay, we're being cool.
I don't know what that's like. You're on live television right now.
Yeah, so start showing your asses and screaming racial slurs like everybody else
No, this
does.
isn't Jackass.
You might not think I can see
We're busy
you,
making
but I
fun
can
of
see you.
Sargon of Akkad here.
Oh, should
Always a
we
good
continue or no?
decision.
I don't know, dude. I think we should stop. I think
I feel
things
like we
escalated too quick.
No, I feel like making fun of Sargon on a stream would be a bad idea.
Look, I just want to say that anyone who says that
The game's already
they don't
turned
want
down.
to be this
Very low.
anyone who says they don't want to be the spokesperson of the internet or whatever, or like the spearhead of a cultural revolution, and then says it was thrust upon them and they have to bear that icon or whatever, I think they need a good making fun of or whatever.
Well, I'm just gonna also. I don't know what you just said. All I know is that Sargon is a faggot, and.
Oh yeah, let's just say that. Yeah, Sargon's a faggot.
Oh, massive faggot.
My wife's dinosaur.
All right.
Okay, that's too good.
Oh man. I really like this, the
Especially
way
this
this game foreshadows stuff, man. It's like, hey, check out the zombie evolution. What do you think is gonna come next?
It's nice that this game starts off with like a little quiet area where people are just like getting their shit together and like treating people.
Yeah, except all of the goddamn laser beams.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the laser beams. There's some hokey puzzles in this game, you know, like they can't make their puzzles seem quite as natural as Valve did for Half-Life 1.
Yeah,
It's
but
so
This is,
weird.
you
I
have to go
actually
through
like-
here. How'd you miss it?
I
Oh shit, this guy's following me. Alright.
the stream is quite a bit behind.
actually
Tribute.
like opposing force more than base Half-Life.
I feel
Yeah, if you guys are gonna be in here in voice, I don't know, it might be too confusing to have you watching the stream because it's gonna be like a minute behind for latency purposes.
muted the stream.
I've muted the stream. I mean.
Everybody just react like a minute late to everything he says, and then it'll be even better.
There you go. Just start, yeah, if you start, that's the problem. If you start talking to me based on what's happening on the stream, I'm just going to get confused. Come back here, buddy. So my goal, or my objective, was to try to, alright, here we go, got him, was to finish the whole game tonight. We just lost 45 minutes to YouTube bullshit,
I'm starting the timer now, by the way.
and now I'm trying to get this scientist killed, which is certainly not how you speedrun this game.
The timer's on. Start your speedruns.
No self-preservation instinct.
Honestly, I love a good like speedrun game. Like for me, it's Max Payne 2 and Mirror's Edge. Just a game you can breeze through in like a night.
For whatever reason, despite how short Max Payne 2 is, I just can't bring myself to beat it.
What? It's like
I don't-
a 5-hour game.
I know, and the furthest I've ever gotten, I guess it's right near the end of the game, is,
Look at this one guy's speedrun of Hitman Blood Money. It's absolutely hilarious.
No, I'm sure it is.
It's one of those games where if you don't play it very well, it just looks like a bad shooter. If you play it really well, it looks like an awesome spy game. And then if you play it super well, it looks like a janky pile of shit again.
I
But the
need.
funny thing is about the speedrun strats, it's most of them involve
See,
you
this
throwing
is
a bomb.
not speedrun behavior. This is I really want a Magnum early behavior.
Hmm.
You know how that is? Let's see, I think, oh, it's a trigger, isn't it? So yeah, there we
no,
go.
we
So
don't.
that
I
closes.
do. One thing I do. I'm sure this has been commented on, but I do love that like to a Marine, all the security guys are just fat pieces of shit.
Yeah. I just don't go and make
Aren't
me
they
throw
all?
down or something, and then he doesn't actually drop his gun. You got to get him before he drops his gun. This is the kind of extremely autistic knowledge that you come to me for.
Oh my god.
If you don't kill the
And
first
now the stream
security
is
guard
caught
you
up,
see
and
to
I
get
know
a
what you were
handgun,
talking
Then
about.
there's something wrong with you.
Is there a difference between the knife and the wrench in this?
Yeah, the knife
I think it's
attacks
just
really
speed.
fast, and the wrench has that charge up thing.
Is there a difference in damage?
The wrench is far too slow for me to enjoy. I can't stand
Also, the night vision in this shit sucks so much, dude.
I always just use the wrench because I like how powerful it felt. So I was like, man, screw the knife. I want something that feels cool.
I wish the sound had more bass to it. That would probably help a lot better.
Wrenches in video games are pretty much the ultimate fantasy fulfillment, because whenever I pick up a wrench in real life, all I can think about is like killing who is the immediate
Just
closest
bash
person.
people's
Yeah,
skulls.
because you're just like this. That would feel so good.
What?
How many games
did
did-
I watch
Wow.
you?
Well,
This
that's
stream has
a little
entered
frightening.
interesting territory already.
It's gonna get
This
banned.
is
This is
News
probably
would
a bad time to tell you guys I'm an FBI informant.
Ah, fuck.
Shit.
Dude,
As long
like
as you don't
when I
shoot
was
our
a,
dogs, I'll comply.
when I was a kid, I wanted to work for the CIA, and there's just so much shit about like that I've done since I was 10 that I'm just like, oh yeah, dude, that dream's gone.
Oh yeah.
That is just not gonna happen.
Yeah, no.
But I also can like expect at least like
Whoops.
most of Americans.
Oh,
probably
for
also
fuck's
done,
sake.
Like embarrassing shit on the internet, so at least
Yeah.
I'm like at parity
God
with
damn it.
everybody else.
What kind of stuff have you done? Just speak kind of.
Oh,
That's
What are we talking here?
I don't want to make a joke if in case anyone like actually thought I would.
Absolutely
Fucking A,
nothing
dude.
whatsoever.
Yeah, if you got gloves on, it's really hard to hit the quick save and quick load buttons when they're that close
Oh,
to each
you
other.
got the gloves
Take your
on?
gloves off.
Oh man, I'm in costumes.
Aren't they-
It's
Aren't
Halloween.
they fingerless?
That would ruin.
They
the
are fingerless,
speedrun
but they're
category.
really stiff and not very comfortable.
Opposing force, any percent gloves on.
Gloves on.
There you go.
Excuse me, sir.
Actually, could somebody in the know about speedruns look it up and see what the fastest time for somebody wearing a Hecumarine cosplay is while they speedrun?
What's funny is the speedrun for opposing forces takes longer than the base Half-Life.
Wow, that's actually
What?
kind of surprising because
Oh.
this game is like 3.5 hours
Okay.
long.
Because, but it depends on those. Like, if there's one glitch that just shoots you
Yeah.
through half the game.
The
I
fastest
mean, the
run
majority of
opposing
Half-Life
force-
1 speedrun consists of grenade launching and bunny hopping.
The fastest
That's not
speedrun of
speedrun,
opposing
that's
force
flying.
for the original game without using scripts is 22 minutes and 20 seconds.
So there's the knife. I don't need that med kit because I am.
Pretty sure
fucking
Half-Life's
nine.
under 19. No, it is under 20.
Has anyone in here tried to like learn the speedrun route of a game?
Oh.
I made
I'm-
one for an RPG maker.
I'm not autistic enough.
I did
I'm
one
the
for
only person
Metroid
in the world.
Fusion, and I did one for Max Payne.
I'm legitimately
I
autistic,
learned.
and even I wouldn't try finding speedrun strats to the game.
I am
There's
literally
only
the.
one. There's only one trick in Max Payne. It's pizza box trick, so it's like an easy. Otherwise, just play the game good, and then
Can't remember if these are infinite or not.
oh, and then there's double jump, and
What
but
did you do,
and
Maverick?
Oh, I was the only person in the world to do like any sort of speedrun stuff for fucking Redoom of all things. Like the only other speedrun you can see on YouTube is like this one Spanish guy who he gets like stuck on walls. He'll miss shots. He'll like not enter the door when he's supposed to. It's fucking embarrassing. I could do better than that.
Oh, so he's just getting a speedrun for the sake of having one, like Cyber Demon.
Oh,
It's
boy.
really easy to beat the record if there is no existing record, so might as
exactly.
well.
That's how I
I'm
live my
getting
life.
impatient here. I'm
Which is
playing
why
like a
I'm
retard.
getting my college degree in ghost stories.
Good idea.
Because I'm at the top of my
The
field
anime?
now. Yes.
Oh,
the
I should
anime.
point out for people who are not talking to me in voice right now, the kind of the point of this stream is just to hang out with people and play the game. So I'm not actually going to pay attention to the chat that much and answer questions. So if you really have some
I'll
questions,
answer
you're going to have to answer. Yeah, exactly. You're going to have to join the Discord, join the voice, and then you're going to have to ask Dan the questions.
How
'cause
long
it's his
is
job
my
now.
penis?
Not long enough.
Good question.
We're asking for things that can be measured.
Oh fuck.
Ouch.
Oh.
Oh, somebody needs to get Dong in here. There we go.
I love this lemon lime vision that Marines get.
Yeah, just throw a green filter.
Oh, it's Mountain Dew vision because they're Marines. I'm sorry, I
It's
fucked.
gamer vision. It's monster.
You put on your Dew goggles
the
and it's
fuck,
just
man?
2 cans of Mountain Dew.
I feel like I'm having a hard time
Hold
connecting
both
with
of
this.
the
There we go.
Just put flashlights through them to get the.
Okay, so we're now entering the part of opposing force that I didn't play up to last night, and where my knowledge
Get
ends.
that double
This is how far you got in one
that
night?
Double do.
No, I got a little farther. I got past. No, I got farther. Here's the embarrassing thing. I have beaten up to the start of Zen of Half-Life at least
Aw,
like
man.
5 times,
I
and
just
just for some
respect you
reason
so
have
little
never
right now.
I don't know why I've never just gone, oh, just put on the console command and skip to Zen. But every time I go, oh, I gotta play it from the start. But I do, I mean, it's kind of like beating it.
It's
always
nice.
experience with another game. I always get to Novigrad Tier 3, and then I just stop. I don't know why.
For me, New Vegas too. I have like 160 hours in it because whatever happens, my like hard drive dies, and I just start a new save.
I'm the same with New Vegas.
New Vegas might be the only Bethesda game I've ever finished.
You might just want to get new mod. Actually, no. I've played through New Vegas fully multiple times. It has like over 1 trillion different endings.
I did beat New Vegas at a friend's birthday party, but that was like with 8 other people.
I don't remember how many hours I have in New Vegas exactly. It's a lot.
I got all the DLCs recently.
So when I was younger, I would kill all these fucking animals, all the barnacles and shit. Whoops. Well, I was smart. I always used to kill all the barnacles because out of paranoia. Then I realized that that's a huge waste of time and ammunition.
I remember the first time I played Half-Life, I didn't understand what the hell the barracks were. I didn't realize that there was a thing above me when I got grabbed and was just slowly floating up to the ceiling, and then died.
You're still not used to 3D games. You don't understand that you can look up and down.
I do not understand why everyone liked that.
I don't.
Cryfear sucks so bad. Oh no, the ladder's electric.
Cryfear was the horror game that everyone circle jerks over because a bunch of Let's Players played it, and then because of that, everyone has to play it. That's the reason shit like Amnesia is popular.
It's just unpleasant because it's only jump scares, and your heart like hits that like I'm scared, but I can't get any more jumped out, and you just have like a high heart rate.
Wait, isn't that the one about like the cripple guy who kills himself at the end or something?
I don't know, fucking. I got halfway through it, and I just.
That's a pretty good summary.
There's
I like
no
those
redeeming qualities.
I don't know, I remember the multiplayer being really fun because you're just a bunch of cops going around shooting shit.
I mean, I guess
multiplayer is just a very accurate simulation of being a cop in the checker.
I would say that Cryfear is impressive in the sense that good for a Half-Life mod. So I don't think after 18 years that's a very high bar to set.
Speedy and Mav, you guys should be able to administer voice and stuff now. Hey, where'd he go?
Bye, Dan.
Wow! Savage.
Probably a redundant question. But which one of you guys have watched Freeman's Mind?
Oh, I have.
What's Freeman's Mind, dude?
I've probably watched it like 5 times through.
I've watched it dozens of times. I was just listening to it today at work.
Let me just fuck everyone's minds here real quick. I just want you to know this.
Oh, right. Nope, I'm doing it wrong.
Think of how many people during Freeman's Mind have actually died while it was being created because it took so long.
You know, I've thought of that before myself. Like,
it's funny, but I also feel kind of sad that they never get to see one of their favorite series concluded.
Both my parents, my sister.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey.
So, what's your favorite Beavis and Butthead joke, guys?
Guys.
Sounds like you just surfaced for air after being swimming for like 40 minutes.
Episode of Freeman's Mind 2 on April Fools.
Oh yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I remember he said that he wasn't going to do it till he finished his movie, but he went back on that.
He's got to finish the movie.
What movie?
Ross has been working on a movie for like many years.
What movie?
The movie.
No, I'm being serious. Like,
yeah,
No, he never said it.
as of now, he has not
He
named
said that it was
or
going to
not-
be a machinima.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any like details on it that he's released.
I'll be honest with you, I have no idea what any of you are talking about right now.
Me neither.
Oh, we're just talking about stuff. You know, like that one
Makes
thing.
sense.
Yeah.
Ross looks so horrified.
God, I hate the way this fucking platform.
I love Ross.
There it goes. God, such
The thing I love most about Ross is the way he
Doe.
rambles. Like, in his videos, in his writing. I think it's just his natural mental state is he just rambles, and I fucking love it. He's like, he's a very pure person. You know exactly what he
I
thinks.
love how he
about something.
portrays
Imagine him doing something.
Gordon as a complete psychopath with no remorse.
But what I love is that Gordon starts not like that. And then he's just slowly descends into just not giving a shit anymore because the ride's so wild. He's like, you know what, fuck it. These people are trying to kill me.
You can just hop.
he didn't really give a shit at the first or the beginning of it either. I mean, you know, he had oxycodone and all that in his locker.
He's late to work in the beginning, and he's trying to make it look like he's not late at all.
I love how his plan was just to like steal someone's printer to get a couple $100 for it.
Then he goes on talking about the gold buried in Montana or something.
What gets me is that Ross doesn't seem to be particularly aware of just how sharp a writer he actually is.
Yeah.
Or even as good a voice actor as he actually is. He's very... It's just, well, this is what I do, and there's no... Oh, look at how
He
great I
is,
am.
and he's just really humble about it.
Now
Yeah.
he's typecasted himself.
He,
What?
He had a thing, like a video showcasing like all the different voices he could do. I don't know if he's taken it down or whatever, but it was for, people who wanted him as a voice actor. You could hire him. I don't know if he still does that, though, considering his current situation.
Oh yeah, the mold.
See you later, robot.
He's out of the mold now.
On times in Holland.
Yeah, he's got a new place now.
Cool.
That's why he had, for several weeks in October there was nothing.
Yeah, real quick shout outs to the section in Offer where you just have to fucking stand here for like half a minute.
Just watching the robot walk around. I always thought that was cool though, because you see the robot a couple times in the intro to the main game. And you're like, when is that robot gonna do something?
The guy's skeletal animation.
It kind of
Yeah, they spent a lot of effort doing like what's basically just a tech demo for that fucking robot, and then he doesn't really do anything.
I love that robot.
Looks
He
like
just-
something out of like Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, he's just there for that joke where they're like, where the robot lady says, make sure you know you get checked for radiation as you're going underneath like an active radiation leak, and it's like, haha, this place is just a garbage fire.
I know one robot in the game is bugged and supposed to say dialogue, and then Markimus Blackimus in his typical fashion Yoda Gearbox on Twitter, calling it heresy that they never fixed the bug.
I love that Murphy
I love
Black's
Murphy Black.
Yeah, Murphy's Twitter is just a bunch of like incoherent ramblings and
Remember when he
stupid
like
shit.
kept bugging all the Doom developers about how many nipples the Mancubi had and was very like
What's it,
upset that
it's
they.
supposed to be like, what, 6?
Oh no.
Yeah, they kept changing
Six
it.
nips.
It's supposed to be 6.
It surprises me
Went
how
down
good
the
Gearbox
free
did.
web.
I need the correct amount of nipplage on my
I'm
Mancubi.
surprised John Romero didn't go back and fix it.
I don't want there to be a discussion about the number of nipples.
Now we're back in my territory.
This part, this like little beast of tram ride, is the most obnoxious shooting gallery because it's pretty much impossible to kill all the aliens. But you really want to. You're
Did
just supposed to
anybody
sort of
play
watch
that
it.
mod that came out like last year that was like made by an old Half-Life? Does anyone know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
The lockout, breakout. I can't remember.
Wait, the one with the fucking toilet plunger weapon?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I played that. That was fucking rad.
It was rad, huh?
Sure.
Except for the last part was like balanced like shit, and I died 30 times. I just
It did have
a
a section by Laserhawk though, so that's always good.
Oh yeah, and it didn't like it just worked with the constraints instead of like fighting against them like so many Half-Life mods try to do. Just like reasonably remixed the shit that was in Half-Life instead of trying to add menus.
Have any of y'all played the Black Mesa, I guess Half-Life 2 mod?
Oh yeah.
I played part of it.
I played it up until the office part, and then I started. I don't know. The changed level design really started
God
to get
damn
to me
it!
there.
Fucking scripted enemies.
I beat.
Let me put it this way: Black Mesa is literally the knee deep in Z-Doom of Half-Life. It's over-designed and it has cool ideas and gimmicks, but it really doesn't need to be a thing.
I just don't understand why they needed to make so many changes.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Like one of my friends is like, I only want to play Half-Life if I'm playing
What changes?
the remake, and I feel like they're not getting like even close to the same.
I mean, personally, I just want an
bobbled out a little bit.
I just want an 8-hour version of the cold open from Half-Life 1, where it's
Okay.
just the office
where's
before
that
the
trigger?
resonance cascade.
There's the trigger.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Just like a real full day of work, like a real like actual day of work.
Yeah, just a work day at
eight
Black
real
Mesa.
hours.
We need to make that a mod right now, boys.
Just do math problems for 4 hours. You get an 1 hour break.
Yeah,
lunch,
4
and
hours
then-
of the game are just you sitting on your ass doing nothing.
It's kind of funny how much better Otis is than regular Barney's at everything.
It's a prequel, dude.
Nobody's even listening.
It's called Full
Yeah.
Life.
Everybody's having their own little conversation. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
It's like my own little
like a
private
TeamSpeak
podcast
server.
that I get to listen to while I play my favorite game.
Dude,
Oh, one of them.
I'd if I was rich, I'd just hire people.
God
to make
damn,
podcasts
Otis
for
just
me. Why?
Otis just
Oh, hey, it's my
dominates,
favorite
dude.
character.
Turns out that having infinite magnum ammo makes you kind of a baller.
I love.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they were
that.
thinking with that. Making Otis so fucking powerful.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
Well,
they
he's
just
so
wanted to
heavy, he
balance
can
out his
stand the
visual design.
recoil.
I
Come on,
love
Otis,
him
did
though.
you
He's
get broken
great.
again? I just love that when you see him in blue shift and he's trying to get the gun out of his holster, but he's got a donut in his hand. He can't reach it.
Yeah,
And he'll
that's
just
the
sit there
donut.
forever, just looking at the donut, like maybe I should get rid of this, and then no, it's a donut.
No, nah.
Guess
I
I'll
really
keep
love
it.
that. Probably the best character in the first Half-Life.
As much as I love these games, there's so much fucking jank. Like the AI gets stuck or confused, or like the weird physics for dragging and pushing
Yeah.
boxes, where like they go really, really slow, but then you tap the use key and they just go flying across the room.
I've never
probably the
understood
worst.
that.
The worst single feature like mechanic.
So yeah, it's weird that they
The
never.
fucking dragging because you have to do it. And
Yeah.
It doesn't work at all.
And
I
then
mean,
all the times they patched and updated this game, and they never improved that at all. Okay, come on, buddy.
What? Wait, was that not? Did that not? Was that not fucked up in the original? Or...
No, it was always like that, and you know they patched the game a bunch of times, and they released 2 expansions, and they never changed the way that the dragging mechanic works.
Are you
Probably
playing
have to
the
rewrite
CD?
some
For
Are
fuck's sake,
physics
Otis.
engine.
you playing the CD version or
No,
Steam
I'm just
version?
doing Steam version just so it actually fucking works. And also the actual real version of the game doesn't have good anisotropic filtering, so the textures on the walls look like shit. They just sort of like
Yeah,
freak
fair
you
enough.
out as you walk down.
One thing I was
This looks
thinking
bad.
about is as much shit people talk on Valve. They still do like occasionally release updates for these games, which means that some of the like original, like
That's all they do.
someone who knows how to work with these engines is still there. And that's kind of admirable.
They don't exactly have much else to do they?
Yeah, but half the
That's
updates
true.
just break
There
the
he
game.
goes.
They can make.
Oh,
nothing
do they?
for free.
My only real problem is that they broke the sound
Damn it,
transitions
Otis, you
between
dumb
levels,
fuck.
so that music at the end of the game during the elevators is completely gone. That killed.
Oh, I don't know about that. Just trying to
Come
be
on,
positive.
Otis. All I need is the gun in the
Fuck
closet,
positivity.
man. I don't even need it. I just want it. Fuck. Come on, Otis. All right. Time to put it to a vote. Am I gonna play the good guy Shepherd, or am I gonna play the psychopath Shepherd?
Good guy.
Yeah.
Like
Give him a
Shepherd.
chance. He keeps fucking up. Shoot him.
Because I cannot. Oh, maybe I can push him the whole way there. You bastard.
Jump over.
Hey, he's a big boy. He didn't want
I
to
just
go.
want
up
to
the
tell
stairs,
you
man.
that you're losing speedrun time right now. That's all I'm saying.
No,
I'm not telling you to be good or bad.
What's the
I'm just
time?
saying
What's the time
You're
for
about-
for
you're
costume
20
to
minute-
speed run?
You're at about 21 minutes.
Yeah, compared to what's the current record?
Oh, what's the current
Holy
record?
shit, he's so fucking broken. I cannot do good guy
Did someone
Shepherd if
look
he's gonna
that
get
up?
this broken.
Wait,
Can you not just
wait,
leave
guys,
it
have
there?
you seen the
Alright,
video
here we go,
of
here we go.
V dubbing,
Here we go. Here
Hunt
we
Down the
go.
Freeman?
Thank God, Jesus Christ. See, you know, there'd be an opportunity for some real catharsis right about now. What is that? Just some rifle
V
grenades,
ended
some
up
AR
dubbing
ammo.
all the cutscenes for Hunt Down the Freeman, and it's fucking fantastic.
Well, I mean, you're already over
It's
the world
actually
record
fantastic,
speedrun
or-
time, which is about 19 minutes.
Yeah, but
So.
for, you know,
Hey, he can set a world record in his own world. That's all that matters.
I
We're
got the
doing
urban
the
camo on, I got Alice
important
webbing, I
that it
got
matters
fingerless
to him.
gloves, I had a gas mask on earlier.
See,
a
this
fucking-
isn't the real percent. You
An
need the gas
actual
mask on the whole
actual
time.
Kevlar helmet. What is wrong with the fucking AI tonight, man?
What if we introduced a new speedrun category that was low oxygen speedruns? You put
Oh,
on those
shit.
air restrictors and just starve yourself of oxygen.
Yeah,
so
put
you
on-
can't really-
Put on
can't
that
really make
M40 mask
decisions.
with a
Yeah.
filter. God knows how old that filter is.
Oh, so you get a rebreather, then you start off with good oxygen. Near the end of it, you're almost dead.
Yeah, your ability to make decisions just goes away halfway through, and you just have to operate on instinct.
Oh, Evan
I say
said
we
that it
go
was
one
okay to
step
play as a
further.
bad guy, so I'm doing it.
We're gonna go one step further. What's the percentage of speedruns that were done during a Halo jump?
Also, you should
Speedrun
just
the rest
put on
of
a
your natural
tourniquet.
life.
turn on a tourniquet on both of your arms, so you slowly
God damn, grenade
start
physics.
losing sensation.
Jesus Christ, these grenade physics.
That's some hardcore speed.
Ah, man. I do feel like the Steam version of this game is a little jankier than the actual game. That or I just have the rose-colored glasses that never come off.
I would suggest Zash, but I tried to play Opposing Force with it a couple days ago, and Zash is just fucking broken. Like,
what is Zash?
Zash is a recreation of the original engine for Half-Life before the Steam update. So back when it used like 1, if you remember that.
No, I don't. Really, like Half-Life and shit was before my time.
Oh.
But you mean like a remake of Gold Source?
I mean, they're both still Gold Source, but yeah, that's a good way.
It's a reverse-engineered version of Gold Source that adds a crap ton of new features, so it is compatible with original files for the game to play Half-Life as it was originally made.
I know.
Basically,
most of the
it's
updates
this.
just break the game.
Yep.
Yeah, this is boomer life. It's how you play it without all the dumb shit at it.
One of the nicest things about Zash is that it fixes the fire rate on the MP5 or the M4.
Sometimes it's hard to be a villain.
The MP4.
Well, I can be whatever. There we go. That guy's still kicking, huh?
Wait, you guys realize that?
Oh, he doesn't even exist anymore. Nice.
Ross, who does Freeman's Mind, actually films everything in 120, and then slows it down so it has motion blur.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
he
doesn't
adds motion blur to all of them.
Which is really disgusting. Like, Freeman's Mind is probably the most I've ever seen Half-Life Source, like, functional, which is really, really weird, and I wonder what he does to fix that.
If you see, I'm pretty sure
he
there was
runs
one
it at
episode.
120 frames.
There was one episode where he showed a bunch of bloopers of like enemies falling through the floor and shit.
I heard that when he was making Freeman's Mind 2, those 2 episodes, he had people script certain parts of it. So like when he kills the Vortigaunt in episode 2, I think, the guy reads
Oh, that part was
properly
fucking
rather than-
great.
Yeah.
So, did they, like... Oh, wait, scripting isn't, like, scripting the map, not, like, writing it.
Scripting the map, yeah.
That was
So they're
fucking
technically
cool.
modified versions of the regular campaign.
I like the fake ending where he just like teleports to some random forest.
That guy's still in there.
I liked how those how the 2 guys from Civil Protection showed up and
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
part
that was really
great.
cute.
I fucking love
remember
Ross's
that.
style for that kind of shit.
Like, there was an episode that had the guys from Civil Protection in it.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
was a
remember
really
that.
short. It was a really short like cameo, and they're like tacos.
Yeah, it's in one of the more recent episodes.
This is one of
Oh,
those
wait,
little
in
pieces of
Freeman's
level
Mind
geometry
2?
that always confuses me.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't watched much of 2 yet.
Well, they wouldn't be in Freeman's Mind 1, now would they?
That's
I wonder if
what
some
I
of
was
these
confused
tiles
about.
are gonna break.
You should really watch it. I mean, there's not very many episodes, and Ross hasn't really uploaded one in a while.
Oh yeah, it's because he hasn't really been able to work on it. But
Just wait 10 years and he'll
Yeah,
finish it.
because his fucking Stalinist house is falling apart.
Again, he's out of that now.
communism is affecting people even today.
He doesn't even need to play Stalker. He can just do it in real life.
He does live in Poland.
Ladders.
Yeah.
Close enough.
I
Wait,
love those
really?
ladder physics.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he moved to Poland.
Damn
He
it!
lives-
That is
in
such
Poland.
a Ross thing. I love that.
I'm pretty sure he's lived in Poland ever since he started, like, Freeman's Mind and shit. He said he moved there because it was cheaper.
It is. It's very cheap.
It's been since then.
Wonder if he works for CDPR. That'd be
Probably
funny.
not.
No.
Finding some,
He'd be dead if he
some
did.
girl. Some girl.
Even though he looks like the kind of guy who would live in the woods. What I mean?
I think we all look like the kind of guy that live in the woods.
Nah.
Real
Speak for
Ted
yourself.
Kaczynski hours.
Hey,
Damn,
man,
I want to move
Uncle,
to Poland. Sounds
Uncle
sick.
Ted did nothing wrong.
Did you guys hear about Brazil's new president?
Nope.
What about
I heard that they have
Wasn't
one.
it a
Boy, here we
aggressive
go.
pile of cocaine?
Mm,
That didn't go.
I've
Brazil's
heard-
new president said he'd rather have his son die in a car crash than be gay.
I mean, yeah.
That's pretty base.
in that order?
Unironically, yeah.
In his
Son
defense,
comes out
being
to him
gay
and
in
just
Brazil is
starts-
pretty difficult.
Buys him a new car.
Sounds
A bunch of people are saying he's gonna start death squads to hunt down criminals in Brazil.
Good.
Holy shit.
Isn't that already a thing though?
Yeah, but
I mean, kinda.
To be brutally honest, to fix some of Brazil's problems, I think nothing short of a death squad could fix it. They've got some real fucked up shit with the cartels.
Here's the thing that Whitey doesn't seem to understand, which is that in Central America and South America, there's no, like, you can't go about things delicately. You have to fucking murder people constantly to keep people in line.
Yeah, I mean, it's harsh, but...
Yeah.
A friend of mine, he actually lives in Brazil.
I can't remember.
And people will fucking mug you for anything. Like, he had Yu-Gi-Oh cards on him, and they fucking mugged him for it. They stole his Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Were they good Yu-Gi-Oh cards, or like...
Yo, man, you got Exodia?
He's really big into
Oh,
Yu-Gi-Oh,
there was a
so I
secret, I missed
imagine
it.
they were good.
Like, I had a 3-headed Blue Eyes White Dragon, and that got stolen from me, so...
I'm not even making this up, though. Like, they just fucking mugged him for that shit. They're fucking cutthroat down there. Like, I think they took his shoes one time, too.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Oh yeah, and I think the president's gonna allow, like, concealed carry in Brazil now.
Oh, good.
How's that not already effectively allowed?
It probably is.
It's everybody in Brazil is
there's a
either a
difference
police
between-
officer or a criminal, so they're all carrying, and that's why you get all those great videos on LiveLeak.
Oh, such good one.
Oh, here we go. This is a really
I
great,
like the-
aliens moment. All the alien guys, the new ones running up on the ceiling tiles.
I like the
foreshadowing.
ones... The pictures of the guys using World War I LMGs in Brazil.
Oh yeah, the Bope with the Madsons.
Fucking chop down Madsons.
If it ain't
Shit's
broke,
great.
don't replace it.
Also, fucking Brazil cops, they had modified C96s that took detachable 40-round magazines and were full auto, so... Oh, and had stocks and shit.
That's sick, gamer.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised we aren't seeing, like, halberd robberies down there. All the weird shit that ends up in various flashpoints across the world.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we don't see more, like, improvised firearms showing up the internet and shit. Brazilian firearm threads are, like, my favorite things on K.
I mean, there's that fucking, that shotgun thing that looks like it's straight out of Warhammer 40k.
Yeah, shotgun thing. I love that.
It's just got a big magazine and it's a big square.
I'd imagine that there are probably a lot more improvised firearms down
That was a
there
good
than we
satchel.
think. It's just that they've gotten
Improvised
decent at it by
firearms
now.
on K.
You really can't put the genie back in the bottle.
No.
People know how to make their own submachine guns, even if they're terrible.
Oh my god, do you guys know about that guy? Like, when the UK banned all guns, this guy made a homemade custom submachine gun out of hardware things from a hardware store.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a big square thing, and it.
I mean, if a Boy Scout can build a fission reactor...
It actually worked and was a fully automatic submachine gun.
Alright, gotta turn the power off. I'm gonna make it a point to save all of my rifle grenades for killing scientists with. That's gonna be my modified speed run.
Also,
It puts me in a more competitive category, I think.
he also made a homemade suppressor using the hardware store shit to go with the submachine guns. Damn, that poor scientist just got his oof, blood and guts.
I've heard rumors that you soldiers aren't actually here to rescue us. Yeah, imagine that, Einstein.
Man, Metro 2034 or whatever the hell the next one's gonna be called, looking good.
Metro Last Light?
How do you get through
Oh,
this?
the new one that's coming out.
Or wait, no.
Exodus.
Ah,
Exodus.
Wow,
didn't
hopefully
like
it doesn't
Last Light,
suck
though.
like the other Metro games.
Light sucks.
oh, thank
Yeah.
God, people who agree with me.
I'm not crazy about the Metro games, but
I don't
Exodus actually looks
understand
okay.
why everybody keeps
Oh
trying
yeah,
to make
Stalker 2 is finally in development.
Yeah,
I'll
right.
believe that when it comes out. I'll believe that 2 weeks after it comes out, because there's a strong possibility it's going to be a fucking scam made out of just, like,
It
generic
really seems
Steam
like a scam.
assets.
I can't
It really seems like a scam.
I
Stalker
can't
2
wait
is
for
happy.
it's just the
It's
result of
not
two
even-
timelines merging together.
original
Our timelines are
devs
going to
of
separate
Stalker.
again, and it's going to disappear.
It's not
Basically,
even
No,
coming out.
batteries.
it's not.
It's not even coming out until 2021. I think.
There it is. That's the one.
Yeah, I
I'll
had
be
to
happy until they make Heroes of
I don't
Iron
know why
Vampires 2.
everybody like loves Stalker, but whenever they try to make something that's like Stalker, they don't just make Stalker.
Oh god, it's
They're
the
like,
box
no,
shuffle
we-
puzzle. fuck?
We gotta make linear Stalker. No, we gotta make instance online Stalker.
So this whole like
Has anyone played the
trading
Stalker
up
MMO?
series of box puzzles is the part of this game where my enthusiasm really wins.
No, definitely Stalker MMO.
I'm gonna have to start using the voice of God command.
Well, it's two. There's one called Stalker Online, but somehow or other, the game got split up and like there's two different versions of it. One's Stalker Online, the other's S-Zone Online, and both are shit.
When I played Stalker Online, which is awful, just awful, a Russian guy asked me if I was American and then gave me an AK-47.
Real quick, this puzzle fucking sucks.
Yeah, the whole trading the boxes puzzle. Oh fuck.
No, I mean it's just like a shitty MMO, like any other.
just
yes, it would be like Daisy. That
Hello,
you're
can I
right.
have my
but-
grenades?
Yeah, like that's how you would do it.
That's what.
out and put in a shit engine that's almost 20 years.
Oh fuck.
Severian's the name
There we
of that
go.
shitty, like...
Yeah,
one
and that one's made by Vostok Games, which is once again quote-unquote Stalker devs. And it's like everybody who wants to make something like Stalker, they just never make Stalker. They're like, no, let's make
Brace
it
yourselves, we have a communist
people-
coming in.
People say that, like, Metro 2033 was made by ex-Stalker devs, and I mean, like...
It's
yeah,
literally
there's
the
two
guys.
of yeah, there's two of them.
X-ray
I'll
engine
say
programmers.
Halo 4 and 5 were made by ex-Halo devs, but I think it was just interns at Bungie.
Yeah,
It was really a few interns and a couple of people who never even played a fucking Halo game.
There's a guy, at the coffee shop down in the corner who's like, "Oh, you guys work for Bungie? I really like Halo." And they're like, "Super, you've got the job."
Wait, what? I have what? Then they just run away.
Yeah.
I don't
Just,
know.
they hand him a key card to the building and then just run. And he's like, "What the fuck?"
We also have your daughter. Bye.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, that
If
kid...
you ever want to see her again.
For Halo Infinite.
Alright.
But Exodus looks good. It looks like Stalker, which is like, oh, you should have just done that from the start. Why did you take you through?
I really hope that they don't have another shitty ammo limit like they did in Last Light. That
What?
almost
What do you mean
killed the
shitty
game.
ammo limit?
Because in Metro 2033, you could carry as many fucking rounds as you found, and that made playing Ranger mode like fun.
I mean, right? Yeah.
Whereas in
And plus, bullets are currency too. Putting a limit on that's just fucking retarded.
whereas in Last Light, the only bullets that had a no limit was the military grade ammo, which is money.
Arbitrary bullet limits might be one of my least favorite video games.
Yeah,
That's like my biggest gripe with these guys are my biggest gripe with The Last of Us, where I just felt like the bullet limits were completely arbitrary.
I also love when it's absurdly low, like, oh, you can only hold 20 rounds.
I think you can hold like 8 of the sniper bullets in that game. It's like, what the fuck?
Well, if they didn't limit it, then the game would be piss easy.
Yeah, well, it's because
Balance
when
your
you're
game better.
When you're making a linear survival game, it's all about controlling the flow of ammunition to the player's inventory, and like naturally creating limits on that shit makes it. But it just removes like the reward the player has is like, you know, being conservative.
Resident Evil 4 did it great.
Oh yeah, when you give me logic, when you give me a logic for why I can't carry that shit, then I don't even care. If you give
Resident Evil 4 had a great system where doing poorly, the game would give you better items.
Oh, I hate that though.
It wouldn't give you better items. It would
gives
take
you
it would
that
spawn
ammo
slightly
that you-
less enemies, or if you were low on ammo.
Yeah, somebody
it
get
would
Salkin in
spawn
here.
more ammo. Shit like that.
If anybody's
Yeah, I
asking
don't
in the
make it a
chat,
big
this is medium difficulty because I wanted to just finish the whole game tonight. And not get myself into an unwinnable situation by playing badly, which is what I'm doing
Probably a
right
good
now.
idea.
I'm playing
If you
very,
played on
very
professional,
badly so far.
I personally really dislike adapt difficulty levels because
Yeah.
if I hit a challenge, I want the satisfaction of beating that challenge. I don't want the game to become easier so I can progress.
That's
You
what
don't like it when
professional
games
mode
take
was.
pity on you?
Oh, is that? Yeah.
Professional mode locked it at the hardest adaptive setting, you could say.
Oh, then I'm gonna have to play that.
And then there was also easy mode, which locked it at the lowest, I think.
The only exception is God.
God damn, what is wrong with these guys?
Like, it tells you what difficulty.
Alright, well, he's dying.
I never liked how Devil May Cry did it, where it's like you die twice and then the
Oh,
game's
that
like,
guy's still stuck
"Ha-ha-ha,
in the fucking
You
elevator.
should go on easy mode.
Dumbass.
Did Devil May Cry do that? I don't remember that.
Yeah,
in
you die a couple
DMC3,
times.
in DMC3, if you keep
I must have
dying,
never died.
it unlocks easy mode for you.
Yeah.
I liked Brothers in Arms thing, where it was like, if you failed at a section a bunch of times, it would say, "War isn't fair, but a video game should be. Would you like us to revive your squad so you can continue?" And you'd be like, "Yes, yes, please," because there were some parts of that game that were not hard so much as they were just annoying.
I think the only Brothers
But I
in
think if
Arms
the game
I played
needs
is-
to do that, then certain sections just need to be changed.
Well, in that
Yeah,
case, it was
I just think
also
that's kind of a cop out.
it was like, we can make this easier for you, but you still maybe want to continue doing it the hard way because, you know, you want to have the challenge of having to keep all your guys alive.
Oh boy, here we go.
Hey, if someone's echoing, if it's Nick. No
Why
echoing.
would you want a bad game to come out?
Hell yes.
Echoing is against the law. If you echo, I have to. I have to kick you.
Shenmue is like
Whatever Yakuza game comes next, in all honesty.
I want to get my guys to do as much fighting as I can for me, but their AI is just fucked.
Can I ask Roland a question?
No.
Yeah, I assume it's gonna be about the ethno state, and I'm not really interested.
No, dude. I'm not gonna waste your fucking time like that. Don't worry.
All right,
Oh boy, here we go.
get ready
Here
for
comes
it.
the neoliberal gatekeeper.
It's gonna rise up, man.
No. Please no.
Yeah, do you remember like a year ago when we used to just talk about traps and shit all the time? That was the only question on anybody's mind. Now it's all about getting that bread. All right, let's see if I can make this guy do something. Pull your weight, dumbass. I love the muzzle flash on the pistols.
You were talking about traps. Were you talking about yourself?
Nope.
I think
What's
that's
wrong with that?
Secure this area.
That's it.
It's all you,
Hammer's
buddy.
coming down.
You got the deagle. Make some
Man, I
money.
don't ever remember
Damn, what if they
this
gave
far.
Marines Deagle?
Make some fucking holy shit.
They did
see a
in
lot
the
of
Parkour
saves.
Dude 91 days. Like,
There he goes.
Here's
Oh,
your
no.
M16. Here's your fucking Deagle. Go get him,
Yeah, all right.
M16.
Maybe just
I'll
play
have-
going.
Rainbow Six Siege.
It's all you, buddy.
No.
It's all you.
Oh, fuck you.
I played the free weekend.
Get in there. Clear this
And,
room, dumbass.
Yeah.
There we go.
The female
Clear it.
operators
Clear
really,
it.
started to get out of hand.
Fine out of hand.
I mean, the most powerful
Like
operators
they
in the
fill
game
the
are
hand,
males.
or as in they don't have hands.
There's spillage.
Get in
my
there.
friend.
They, you know, like the boat.
All right, I'm sick of this guy.
Is this a
Made no
sexual
sense at all.
innuendo?
I'm sure that
Oh, they
I'm sure
nerfed
that
her
Rainbow
around
Six
Ella.
Siege is
Ella was
good,
overpowered,
but I
no
just
doubt,
can't
but
stand
They
seeing
nerfed her to a point where she's useless.
my favorite.
See, he knows what I'm planning, and he won't let me get around behind him so I can shoot him in the gas tank.
Is that a reference to Resident
What a
Evil
douchebag.
2?
Oh yeah. I also
have to
don't
hide to
understand
sneak
why
up on
certain guns were limited to defenders or attackers only. Like, why can't I have a P90 as an attacker?
Wouldn't
There
that
we
make
go.
sense to have as a fucking attacker anyway?
God damn it.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, the P90's rad as shit. It's perfect for attacking.
Yeah, I fucking love the P90.
Aren't most guns good for attacking?
I don't know.
Yeah,
if they
but I
want-
mean, like,
Now some guns are larger. You can kind
Attacker
of hold them set in front of yourself, block some bullets.
I mean, like an LMG is probably better for defending than attacking.
I mean, the FN 2000's good for
Shows what you
swimming
want.
since it's a boat.
I really love that about the Half-Life NPCs, that there's like little parts on their bodies that have different properties. That's really
My favorite thing about the Half-Life NPCs are the noises they make with the scientists, like, don't! Ah!
Freeman, you fool!
Freeman, you fool!
I just
What
like
I
the
love
way
is
that they
that
twitch
Half-Life-
rapidly when they get scared or injured.
Right?
They're like, they go
And I
through the
love
Rolodex of possible decisions that they can make, and they just loop endlessly. They're like, I can't decide.
they like
remember how
spasm in place. I love that.
Yep.
What's great is how, like, the helmets of alien grunts and Barneys are basically invincible or bulletproof. And then in Half-Life Source, they're just weak points now because effort is stupid.
Yep. I don't like them decreasing engine complexity. I find that to be way more interesting.
Matthew
It's not really engine
Blackamus.
complexity. It's just
Oh yeah, Marvy Blank.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mark's
yeah.
videos are
Yeah,
amazing.
the fucking helicopter thing.
Oh, I walked myself into the ceiling. Now I'm fucking stuck. Okay, cool.
He has some really interesting videos on the AI, and it's actually surprisingly advanced, especially for the shock troopers.
Yeah.
Which you will encounter because they actually have different dialogue and have that kind of communication.
Well, I hesitate to give them too much credit for that because it certainly looks to me like they just carbon copied all of the grunt, the Hecu grunt AI and just changed the
Well, I probably
dialogues.
did, but like, but it's like an
There's
expansion
been a
pack.
lot of well, like advancement with how like pathfinding works in games, and like the knowledge base. It doesn't seem like it, but the knowledge base on programming AI for games and shooters is shared a lot. So I highly doubt that they just carbon copy.
Like look into the Fear AI and everything.
Yeah, there's
because
a paper
the Fear AI
that they wrote on that.
isn't. I mean, so many people have said this, but the Fear AI is not as like incredible as people think it is.
I mean, it's better than what a lot of people can do.
No, naturally, because like a lot of Call of Duty like games don't put the effort in because balancing is hard, but like the concepts established by some games like Halo, where you have like you define zones and then like reasoning to move between these zones, that information's like traded. There's like whole guild.
Jesus, that's a fault.
But didn't you guys like watch the Noah Cowell Javess video where he links like some scientific report about how deep and woke the AI is? You can't beat that, man. You can't beat that.
I watched the one where he kept fucking up his lines and didn't re-record them and didn't edit out the mistakes.
Nah.
I love
AI
those.
actually reacts to smell.
I mean, I can't believe I watched those videos.
So what if you're a
not
stanky
bad.
boy?
These are
strikes me as
especially bad.
Strikes me as pretentious.
I stopped watching him around the time he made a video on Postal 2 and just started complaining about toxic masculinity, having no idea what it was. Okay, you're just spouting off stuff.
Who the hell?
Yeah, he's basically spouting off. I don't like this game because it doesn't support my soy-filled lifestyle.
It's a very good impression.
I'm talking.
One way to put it, but what bugs me is that he seems to have a completely different idea of what parody should be from what other people do. Instead of just, they're like, oh, well, it's not good parody because of this and this and this, and it's like, it's still parody. Postal 2 is funny because it's extreme, and you can bitch about it being like, oh, well, just because it makes fun of everyone, it's not okay. It's still funny.
My main issue with Noah is that he's basically like, he plays all his games on like easy, and he fucking sucks at them. Like, actually watch him play, he's horrible.
Oh yeah.
He's horrible at the
He's
game
left-handed. Left-handed
kinda...
people cannot play video games to save their lives.
I know, it's sad, but it's
He
like,
also thought Mafia 3 was a good game, which makes me want to strangle him.
Is it because it talked about racism?
Coming from someone who actually likes Mafia 3, it's a fucking horrible game.
I would say it would be a great book or movie.
I'm playing like garbage. See, this if I had played on hard, I would not have made it anywhere because I'm not focused on the game at all.
The newest Hitman game, NPCs are going to be able to react to your reflection in mirrors.
That'd be kind of cool.
It's kind of cool.
That'd be cool, but the thing is, though, I really want 47 to come out and just say, "Gamers rise up, respect women before killing each woman."
Respect women.
Respect women.
I really want 47 to have to assassinate an esports professional gamer. That'd be a great mission.
And you have to kill him before he says gamers rise up and stuff.
Dude, you have to kill a streamer who's like walking around in his house and he goes and he sits down and streams for a while and then he walks around like to the kitchen and gets a snack and then he like walks into the bedroom and beats up his girlfriend and then he walks back and keeps streaming. And then, like you get the maximum points if you kill him on stream.
47, your target is DSP. Also known as Dark Side.
My favorite way to shit do it with
Hitman.
You would still live. Stream starts, and then he shoots at him like, cleansing the world one streamer at a time.
Imagine if you assassinate DSP in the mission, and DSP's just masturbating when you walk in his room.
Yeah.
The
multiplayer.
No, DSP is like.
Fucking here we go. Ah, suck it.
The hidden way to kill him is you can swat him.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
No.
God damn it.
I just.
Long live Stalin.
I'm having a hard time with this.
Fucking calm.
Isn't he already dead?
Alright, we've got the donk in the chat. Here we go.
I feel like we've hit critical mass of voice.
Also wanted to ask,
I wasn't trying to.
When is your Halo retrospective? I've been waiting that for like a year and a half.
Sometime in November.
Speaking of Halo,
the month it will be tomorrow.
What are your guys' expectations for Halo Infinite?
Zero.
It's gonna be infinitely good. Duh.
Oh,
Halo
it
is
can't
dead.
be worse than 5. That's how I
Let me put it this way.
Let me just
Halo
adjust my
5 was so
PCV
bad,
here. Fucking
the
shit,
lead
this is
writer
uncomfortable.
quit. So I don't think there's anywhere to go but up. But hey,
I'm
who knows?
just not gonna play any Halo games after Reach. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Let me put it this way. My hopes are up, but my expectations are next to the goddamn dinosaur
Fucking
bones.
A, dude.
Roland, are you
I like
wearing
that.
like a tactical vest or something?
No.
Yes. He's cosplaying as Adrian.
That's just how it looks.
Marine.
Fuck Americans, man. I love them.
It's Halloween, you dumbass.
Yeah.
Remember the first. You guys gotta get
What's your what's your
Also, it's
respirator?
America. It's Halloween and it's
Why do you
America.
dress up as something that's cool for Halloween? You're supposed to be scary.
I scared a Korean baby. So
When I was a kid, the Hecky Marine
was
scared the
doing
shit out of
a
me.
Good job.
Did someone talk about
Oh, this guy's
hurting
hurt.
children?
This guy's in bad
Please,
shape.
no.
Fuck yes.
Please don't.
Oh,
my
get
God.
this. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Earlier-
No, don't heal me. Heal the other
Earlier
guy.
Someone
Alright.
mentioned
There he
competitive
goes.
school shooting.
Running with a syringe in your hand. That's safe.
I just wanted to talk about competitive school shooting as like how we could establish that. I'm thinking we buy
Oh, that'd be awesome. They already have
abandoned
it.
school in
Encyclopedia
Detroit,
Dramatica.
abandoned school in Detroit, paintball guns, and then you just give kids $50, and then every time they get hit, they lose $10.
I feel like it's just kind of like.
I don't think kids really care enough about money.
Isn't this
Anything that
basically
involves
the
money
plot
isn't
from
gonna
the
work.
Battle Royale movie?
Video game, dude.
There actually is an Encyclopedia Dramatica, which is a very accurate and good website. They've done a nice list about chronologically the different school shootings, and they have different points for them, so I highly recommend reading it.
Great. Now I gotta
That's very edgy.
fucking try to grab these guys and
It's-
drag them across a fucking loading screen.
Whenever there's
Come
a new
on.
school new shooting, my friends and I just all wonder if they beat the high score. That's all.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Roland,
Yo.
Roland, I dare you to play through all of Hitman Absolution on stream without giving up.
I already give up. I
surprisingly
don't want to play
easy
any amount of
if you-
Hitman Absolution.
If you don't play it
Come
like
on.
a Hitman game,
Come around the
if
corner.
you just run through the level and kill everybody, it can work.
Alright.
No, but
If I
how
can
long
keep
will it
these
take
4
for you
guys
to
alive through this fucking
Oh.
ninja ambush.
Oh, like 5
It's
seconds.
usually after the
Max
third
balloon.
mission that I
If you
start
keep-
watching
Trigger
some
and run.
visibly
If you keep
look
all
sick.
4 of those guys alive, I'm downing my drink.
Ah, son of a bitch. I'm getting shot in the back, and I forgot that I lost all my health because I was playing like a
every time a
retard.
grenade's a scientist.
That's a good game to play.
Have you now? Okay, question to the roll man. When
Yep.
when are you gonna be uploading more of anything again?
Later in November? I think I said that already.
Please do it soon, because I'm going off to Turkey, and I don't want to get stabbed. or
Wow,
anything
shit.
while I'm there not watching it.
Are you planning on making more on your gun channel?
Yeah, eventually.
Wait, you
I actually have a couple
gun
things that are
channel?
in the
channel?
use in the works right now.
Yeah, I don't even really care too much about firearms, but I love that channel.
Where's the gun channel? Where's the gun channel? I didn't know about this.
Oh, it's on YouTube.
I didn't know about that too. I've been
shit.
a long time fan.
I shouldn't have.
No, I didn't know about that
mentioned
either.
it.
Oh my god.
I shouldn't have mentioned it.
Yeah, I didn't know about that either.
God damn it. Don't be a hero, engineer! Son of a bitch. Oh, fuck's sake!
Just save scum until you win.
Well, that's what I'm gonna have to do, because God, I have no fucking health. I've been playing like an idiot. There we go.
Capitalists can play games.
There we go. Time to, yeah, that was a very nice opening exchange. That's worthy of a quick save.
Fuck you, communist.
Rise
Sal
up.
can-
Wow, I've been owned epic
Fuck.
style.
You were destroyed.
Do I
on the
hear
wheel
the
of
helicopter
energy.
motors in the background?
Damn.
Epic style.
Joe Manchin
How
just
will
having
liberals
opinions
recover
in
from this?
2018. Jesus.
Roland, have you played Hitman 2016?
No.
It's good. It's actually not too bad.
What do I look
It's
like?
fantastic.
Episodic, so it's shit.
It was
It's-
butchered the crap out of, but like
Yeah.
every mission is amazing.
Also, Square Enix published it, so it can't be good.
I mean, you get to
No,
kill the
it's actually
Japanese.
really
so
good.
Wow, this is going great. I have 1 health.
I hit
I don't
the
know.
elusive targets.
It has the best level design in the
I
entire.
have never
entire
played this
franchise.
game this badly.
I don't know.
I'd
I
agree.
fucking hate Square Enix, so
I just in general resent any game that demands that I have a constant internet connection.
But they learned their
Yeah.
lesson.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's
Square
ways
Enix has
around
not
that,
learned
you
their
know.
lesson. They're still releasing shit episodically.
If I quick save at 1 health, which I have done, I am now
Yeah, but
locked
they
into an
released
unwinnable
Nier,
situation.
You realize the game servers are being run by Warner Brothers now. In fact, Warner Brothers
disgusting.
owns IO now.
You should I'm just waiting for Roland to review Metal Gear Survive.
I kind of want to play that game.
I mean, I own 2016.
I just want to use
played
a spear.
Fuck Square Enix.
Not a lot of game use spears.
The second
nowadays.
level Sapienza and the fourth one, Bangkok, are probably the best ones.
My favorite level was probably the Weeaboo one.
Yeah, same. I love the Hokkaido level so much.
I forgot about Hokkaido. Hokkaido was a great one too.
I liked it because it actually like restricted you.
Yeah, it was a really
Fuck.
small level. But
Oh
it was
no!
like
That guy's gonna die.
there was so much depth to it.
It gave me Blood Money vibes, basically.
Holy shit, the engineer does not know how to fucking fight! What a dumbass.
I'm just wondering,
I'm back to 1 health. Jesus Christ.
What do you think of Tarantino movies? Because I know you like Reservoir Dogs.
I don't know. I like Reservoir Dogs, but Tarantino's kind of a hack.
Oh my god, that engineer.
What a...
I'm just wondering, because, like, are you interested in these new movies, like, about Charles Manson?
No.
Roland, I'm really curious about your opinions on McDonald's or Burger King.
Oh, no, dude, it's leading
Burger King in America, McDonald's in Japan. McDonald's in
fuck.
Japan are just awesome.
How good is
when it comes to Charles Manson?
Japanese McDonald's and American McDonald's.
Stop trying to change the subject to Charles Manson. It's not gonna work.
No. Say what you will about Charles Manson, but he did take down some babies.
Oh,
Charles Manson's also a faggot.
Oh, I'm triggered. I'm triggered. Triggered, everybody. So epic.
Here's a question for the peanut gallery.
How did that guy die?
What's the most obscure
Sam
video
High?
game you guys have ever
coming
played?
up-
Mention Sam High too.
We're coming up on a
Extermination
on an hour.
PS2.
Remember Manson was a small kind of guy, normal kind of guy, but he put a little sugar in him.
Progress is slow and I can't keep myself from dying every 13 seconds because I'm very distracted by you guys being extremely racist and possibly advocating illegal behavior.
It's a Turkish third-person Max Payne clone. I think it's like
I want it now. Tell me the name.
Really?
I
Do you
don't
kill Kurds in it?
I don't remember
Hell
the name
yes.
of Salo. I'll find it in my stack of games. I'll give you the
It's
name.
pretty fucking funny that there's like a Syrian warfare game this early.
I've played it.
I love
Jesus
that
fucking
shit.
Christ.
Played it. It's fun.
It seems good.
It's actually
Can
quite
you
fun.
play
It's quite
it?
realistic.
Can you place the YPG?
I wish you could, but they're fighting
Can
the
you play-
Russians at the moment, and because it's a Russian propaganda game, it's like you
Ah,
can't play it.
fucking cocksuckers.
Look,
If I could
it's
play
actually
as
pretty good.
RPG, I would fucking pay.
Uh-oh.
One time for a
I think I have to kill my Marine buddies now because I'm about to leave them behind and I kind of want that MG.
I left.
Oh,
How many times did Salakin talk about murdering
Yeah, I do
children?
it.
All the
Like,
times.
Once or twice.
Wait,
Once or
five?
twice.
Couple of points. There is a couple of points in
You need to
Syrian
talk
warfare.
around.
Holy shit, they're too smart.
You can't blow up a school, so I give the game.
Oh, damn it, he's doing it again.
Yeah.
Dab.
By the way,
We
by the
just
way,
got
Salakin.
Who
When-
here played Urban Chaos?
He's sort of a habitual line stepper, isn't he?
Fuck yeah, man. Dude, like my favorite movie is Threads, and that movie literally ends with a miscarriage. It's fantastic.
Damn.
I take it you're a fan of Control Delete?
Oh man.
Probably.
Oh man, that was great. That
Yeah, the
would
two
I mean, that's a great sentence right there. It's just gamer miscarriage.
This is profoundly
Epic game
uncomfortable.
over, man. That's all I can say.
Epic Despacito gamers.
This is why I don't normally do Halloween because this costume is extremely uncomfortable.
It
I
seems
could-
like it'd be.
My goggles fogged up and that shit annoyed
The
me.
best thing about Halloween
Shit.
is that the scariest thing
I
in
can
this
switch
stream
over to
is the
Shotgun
chat.
Trooper. That'd be. Oh, let's do that.
I wish I could go as Stalin for Halloween, but I don't have a mustache.
Is the Edgelord in here from New Zealand?
Something like that. I can't
me?
keep those countries
Hello.
separate in my mind.
Ah.
Australian.
I just asked because everybody I've met from New Zealand is a fucking Edgelord.
They're pretty good at that.
Well, yeah, they're on the edge of the world. Not gonna happen.
Hey,
I mean, when your country's literally Australia's dumping ground, yeah.
the best part about New Zealand is that no one wants to live there. It's pretty awesome.
Alright.
It's where Australia sends their criminals.
Now I'm wearing dark goggles and I'm... Oh shit. This is gonna be even
I live
harder.
in the Balkans, so I can't judge.
Are you wearing?
What part of the Balkans? What part of the Balkans?
You guys want to hear a funny joke?
No.
Is it like a funny joke or like a Salakin joke?
Yeah,
What
I'm
part
from
of
the
the
Balkans.
What part of the Balkans, man?
From Kosovo. I'm Albanian.
Fuck yeah.
Albanian.
He's
Ooh.
Albanian.
Yes.
I thought this is for
Oh
humans.
no.
Keep it coming.
I can't
Sorry,
see.
son.
Keep it coming. Keep it
Unless
going.
you can sing Turbo Folk. Just
Albanians are
Turbo Folk is Serbian, you fucking retard. It's Serbia.
Hey, at least you're not Turkish. That's all that matters. As long as you're human and not a roach, you're welcome.
This is so much worse than before.
Serbs exist.
What?
Albanian Serbs exist.
Oh hey, alright, I'm gonna cause a temporal paradox. Fuck you, Gordon.
Or actually, something from this earth.
That's a good look, man.
Ah, shit.
I think.
I mean, we have
Albania's
roach
a pretty cool
minorities.
country. It's a pretty cool country to be quite honest.
I didn't know you were playing this in VR, Roland.
Hell yeah, buddy.
There's a punchline to this. There's a punchline to this. Why
That's
is
my
it a cool
excuse for
country?
why I can't
Because
play
of
for
the dead
shit.
children?
Because VR games suck
No,
ass.
no, no. I'm being serious. Like, if I was talking about dead children, I'd talk about like Bosnia or Serbia or something. Like, oh, Serbia's really good at that.
Here we go. The expert on child killing has come to
Yep.
weigh in.
What do you think Albania is a cool country? I'm really interested.
No,
What
it's like well, mostly it's like
This is profoundly off-topic conversation.
Albania's like kind of a cool country in the sense that it's like a Muslim majority country, but it's also
Hey,
situated
Roland, keep us on topic. Talk about your goggles.
Yeah.
I've tried.
Yeah, what the fuck goggles are those?
I don't know.
Relations are weird here.
I just
The kind you get on the internet.
They look
I
way
think
more
Roland's
operated
webcam.
than
I just
mine.
want to stick the text "screaming internally" on the bottom.
Please do.
Really, I think ultimately like the Albania would be like a really cool country. In fact, all the Balkans would be really cool countries, but it's just the aftermath of war and a lot of corruption, and also you have a lot of invested interests pulling apart like Turkey, China, and EU. So it means you guys have
America, yes, yeah, neoliberalism, which surprises me since you are an avid neoliberal. You know, it was.
I'm pretty avid neoliberal about that shit, but it's like I don't
He's
wanna
not
be,
just a neoliberal, he's an avant-garde liberal.
Reagan's policies kind of fucked up Yugoslavia. And, I mean, there were a shit ton of underpinning issues, ethnic issues, and shit.
Oh no,
but
here we
Reagan,
go, talking about ethno-state.
Yeah, Salakin's sort of live stream poison.
I'm sorry, when it comes to Albania, man, I think you guys like. I look at Estonia. Estonia's an example of a neoliberal country.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh shit.
on the stream, just you and me.
Maverick, I was gonna suggest that you kick him or ban him, but then I remember that he's probably got the same moderator privilege as you do, and that's not gonna be good for anybody.
Oh, see, all
mean
I
like
just
that,
want to know
Howie?
what the goggles are, and all I gotta hear about is Estonia.
Yeah, I don't
even
know.
where the-
I gotta be honest with you, I don't give a shit about Estonia or Albania. It's not
Can
really
we make
what
a
we're doing here.
Salakin containment zone for people like that? Ironically.
Yeah, it's
Like,
called
that's-
jail.
I know, but I mean, like, I meant in this Discord. We already have a place for them.
Yeah, just make an
Like-
extra thing called poll. You can stay in there.
Oh no.
Lefty pole for him.
Oh yeah.
Lefty pole is even gayer than normal pole.
They're
That's
both
fancy.
Yeah,
see,
impossible.
They're both terrible,
Burn in hell left.
The only
They're
poll
both
that
hilarious.
matters to Salakin is the child killing poll.
Oh damn it! Now he's got people in the chat talking about Estonia. Son of a bitch.
The only poll that really matters is the one that your mom's on. Oh.
Your mom's
Zip.
Hey, wait a minute. that
Thanks
was a
for nothing,
penis
asshole.
joke. That was epic.
Anyone
That
want
was
to
more of a
drop a
stripper
fat
joke,
vein
but-
boost right now?
Oh, well, shit.
Hey guys, I found this really cool website. It's called porn.com. Have you guys been there before?
Oh.
That sounds like
I
the
saw
most
your mom
mainstream
once.
boomer shit it is possible to imagine.
That's because she showed me it in a library. That's how I know she was on there.
Library?
Your mom's gay. Fuck you.
My mom showed you porn herself on porn.com at the
Hey.
library.
Is there anything
Yeah.
more sad?
I
than
mean,
someone...
that checks out. Never mind.
Is there really anything more sad than someone who pays for their pornography?
absolutely.
Can I get a fat
Crying? I don't know.
in chat?
Someone who watches pornography? I don't know.
Kaboom. Oh,
Porn
here we
is
go.
just
This is one of
degenerate
those
Jewish material
moments.
to control the mind and turn him into I don't know.
Fuck yeah. Luckily, I got 100% health, because otherwise this part of the level is actually kind of fucking hard.
Oh man, the Zen. That's part of the game.
There we go. There we go.
Where is this damn skeleton king?
Inside his skeleton, where else would it be?
Well, I'm playing Redneck Rampage because
God damn.
Roland's playing a good game, so I have to play something that's less than good.
Yeah, that's how you achieve cosmic balance.
Play Big Mother Truckers.
Oh god.
That game kicks ass. Shut the fuck up.
I know. I played it a shit ton as a kid.
That game's like actually good.
I don't remember it at all. I just remember Cletus.
It's
and
the
how great of
best
a character he
trucking
was.
game ever.
Any of you guys ever play Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead?
Yes, that game kicks so much ass.
I actually really want to play it. I'm just lazy. I play Alona.
Stupid
You can download it on your iPhone, on your Android, on a Mac, on a.
Really?
It has the most scared I've ever been in a video game, and it's a text ASCII character game, so that says something. Yeah. It's like I explored. I went too far into a research lab. Like I spent like 5 days prepping to go into this research lab because I knew some shit was gonna be in there, and I get to the lower level and just Shoggoth's down there in a crate and slowly expanding. So I don't know what's going on, but I hear noises. It's just fucking great. It was perfect.
Any of y'all played Urban Chaos Riot Response?
Yeah, a little bit.
Nope. That game's fucking great. You can beat the shit out of criminals with a riot shield and tase them until they catch on fire.
We were talking about Urban Chaos, not Postal.
There we go. Set up a little trap for the Ichthyosaur. This is part of the game I actually like a lot.
I really appreciate how Opposing Force doesn't fuck around with its pacing. Like, it just lets you get into shit. I'm like...
Yeah, I like games like this where the pacing is just it's free, you know? They don't lock you anywhere. Pretty much all the original 3 Half-Life games don't really make you wait around except for a little bit of dialogue here and there.
Well, one thing Opposing Force did that was really cool was at the beginning where you had to get the combat vest and shit. I like that they give you that sort of area, just run around and get used to the movement. So even if you somehow not played Half-Life, you can still get used to the game and its mechanics. I just love that.
Yeah, I have a friend who actually started with Opposing Force. They didn't get Half-Life until later. So they were like, who is this Gordon Freeman guy?
Go for a
He
swim,
sounds
buddy.
weird.
He's not important.
I can tell you the order I
to go for a swim and blow up.
is really fucked up.
Come on, go out there. Fuck you. Got him.
The way
There's this really well constructed video that puts together all the time events of Half-Life 1.
Oh yeah,
and, like,
Oh yeah, it's
sections
like
of the
one.
map and what's going on in
What the
those
fuck?
Yeah, that
portions
video
of
is
the
pretty
map.
cool.
It's not exactly. It's not perfect. There are a few mistakes. But
Yeah, I'm not sure about some of the timing on stuff,
very
but
adventurous.
it's cool.
Just
What's
to
that thing called again?
I mean, you can just look it up.
It's the Black Mesa
Yeah, just
disaster
could be
on
like
one
Black
map.
Mesa incident mapped or something like that.
yeah, just to put some context to it, the first Half-Life game I actually beat was Episode 2, Half-Life 2, Episode 2.
Me too.
The last one I beat was Episode 1.
Because I played the demo for Half-Life 2, and that has Ravenholm in it, and I said that was too scary, and I wanted to play whichever game didn't have that, and that's Episode 2.
Because Half-Life 1 was too long for me as a little boy to be able to play it all the way through.
When I was younger, I just couldn't beat any Half-Life 1, and then one day I just tried it again. And all of a sudden it clicked for me.
I remember even
Shot
as a
roach
kid,
time.
I played Half-Life 2 first, but immediately playing Half-Life 1, I was like, oh, this is better. This is more fun.
I barely got into Half-Life 2 because I remember like, oh man, this is too mature for me. And then I get Half-Life 1 and I'm like, yeah, I love this game. This game is okay.
It makes a lot of sense.
A lot of it, like the big thing about Half-Life 1 is it was one continuous level.
Well, the funny thing is, like, people talk about a lot that with Half-Life 1, that was actually getting kind of common in the 90s. Like, I've reviewed a few other games that were like that. They came up before Half-Life. Like, Esoteria is a still-faction third-person shooter that did that exact same thing, where the whole game is just one big level.
I know, Half-Life, I mean, like, the only part that I kind of see is different is the, where you get knocked out and thrown to garbage compactor.
Yeah. Well, now I'm thinking about with Esoteria, I think Esoteria may have even done it better because that game has literally no loading screens. It's just one big game and that's it.
In the original build, the walls on the garbage compactor were trams, and you could actually control
great.
which direction they would go in.
I love that.
Freaking
What do you think? What were some other games?
Oh, we're almost to Biodome. The fucking Biodome is the best part of this game.
Half-Life-related medium is just hilarious.
You gotta go through the Biodome tunnel.
Fuck the Biodome tunnel, dude.
I played Opposing Force on the PS2, or was it the PS1? I don't fucking remember.
It wasn't either of those things.
There was like an entirely unique PS2 campaign for Half-Life.
Oh yeah, that's Decay.
That's Decay.
I reviewed it.
Decay.
Like co-op based, yeah.
Yeah, Speedy and I.
Somebody
Speedy and
made a
review, and it's just if you have a bad partner, which of course was me, it's miserable.
Somebody made a PC port for it at some point.
Yes, I played it and I reviewed it and it was horrible.
Yeah, watch the Speedy review. Shameless plug.
I mean, it's first-person shooter on the PlayStation.
Watch my review of Resident Evil 4 that doesn't exist.
You can't
Watch
review
my
Resident
review
Evil
that just
4.
did one of blood.
I
Resident Evil
procrastinated.
4? Like, I feel like Resident Evil might be following a pattern now. They do 3 games of the same shit, and then they just flip it up. And then they just flip it up with, like, the next release.
Maybe.
Machine gun time!
Oh, hell yeah, best weapon.
Gotta appreciate the M4 in this game.
Doesn't the CD version of this game not have the high def weapon pack?
You can disable and enable it on Steam.
Yeah,
I know that on Steam, but I'm saying on the CD version, and doesn't it not have the?
Yeah, but when you get the Blue Shift disc, or when you got the Blue Shift disc, when you installed it, it gave you the option to also install any or all of the high def packs.
Alright.
So I've only actually played through this game probably one time without the high def pack, just because I greatly prefer the M4 to the MP5, especially because the troopers were modeled with Alice gear, which is what I'm wearing tonight, and the Alice magazine pouches are sized for AR-15 magazines. So
this is such a meticulous way to say you prefer something.
I have a very particular reason for preferring it, I guess. I don't know.
Makes sense.
Also, in the original pre-release information, they were always carrying M4s too. That was the original design.
that.
It doesn't bother you that the M4 uses the same 9mm rounds as the Glock then?
Not really, because you stop using the pistol as soon as you get the rifle anyway.
Seeing MP5s with underbarrels is stupid.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of a
Alice
grenade
gear
launcher.
and your shoulders aren't being cut into.
Oh, I'm seated. I'm sitting down, which is why my stupid fake vest is riding up like crazy, and the straps are going all haywire. And I'm just miserable, and I hate life.
And Alice is like so goddamn uncomfortable.
Did anyone here
Yeah,
ever
it's
play the 2005 first-person shooter adaptation of Starship Troopers?
Yeah.
I didn't even know it existed.
Barely fucking runs.
I got it to run on my system. Well,
Oh, like just the
somehow.
frame rate sucks dick, and I like the levels with all the. Oops, there we go. That is also
It's
true.
like a poor man's Halo 2.
What am I forgetting here?
I mean, like, all you gotta do is have a bunch of people running into bugs, and that's good enough.
So, what's your favorite Resident Evil game?
If you want the real Starship Troopers game, just play Outwars.
My favorite's probably 4.
It's hard
Alright,
because
I'm sure
4
I'm
and
too stupid
remake
to
are
figure
like,
something out here.
incredible, but they're so different.
Yeah, pretty much. Out of the like classic style, it's probably 3.
2 is my favorite of the classic.
Nah, I gotta
there we
disagree.
go.
2 sucks. I mean, it doesn't suck, but it's just not. It's not. After you play remake, you go back to 2, and you're like, this is not as well constructed, even a little bit.
Well, the thing is, just because it's worse in comparison doesn't mean it's bad.
2. I think 2's really good.
The police department's over too soon and is not well constructed, and then the sewers are.
I mean,
like,
I'm
linear.
hyped for the remake for 2 as much as everybody else.
I generally hate remakes, but when it comes to Resident Evil, they're always gold.
That's because it was a proper fucking remake.
I mean, the Halo.
It's more or less a
remaster
brand.
remake.
It's more or less a brand new game. That's part of also why.
Insane graphical overhauls.
it's not like Black Mesa, which is like a first-person shooter. That's like the same game, but they add shit unnecessarily. Like the Half-Life 2 remake, more or less is just a new game.
The Half-Life 2 remake?
Sorry, Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 2.
Absurdly huge.
But can we get a Half-Life 2 remake? Come on, Valve.
Can we get a Half-Life 2 beta?
How about
Actually, it's funny you guys say that. We're getting one. It's called Project Borealis.
Really?
No, that's actually the direct continuation of Half-Life 2 story.
Is it a mod?
It's a thing entirely made on Unreal Engine 4.
Oh my gosh.
Good.
Is it a beta reconstruction or the main game?
Main game. It's a fan continuation.
I really don't care, even a little bit.
It's based off of the
it's not tied to source.
Leaked for Half-Life Episode 3.
Even if it's based on the script, it's still gonna basically be fan fiction.
Oh yeah.
Question is it good fan?
Try to sniper rifle right about now.
I don't like
fan fiction. Die for good. I'm so tired of people.
Snarkathon.
Half-Life was the greatest game ever made. Alex Vance is the best protagonist, and
Shut up, Cinematic mod creator.
Oh yeah.
Fully
Anybody
modeled.
who says Ocarina of Time is the greatest video game of all time can suck my dick.
Yeah, the real answer is Majora's Mask. Duh.
Oh my gosh.
Whoops. Ah, fuck. They hide snarks in the snark pit. Of course they do.
Ocarina of Time. They're all degenerate faggots.
Nah, they're all
I never
good
cared much for
Christian
Nintendo
boys.
in general.
I know Marathon is up there as one of your favorite games. Yeah, it's one of your favorite games.
Ocarina of Time is just boneless views.
Sorry, say that again?
What game do you think is the best game? Not what's your favorite, but what's the best, do you think?
It's the highest rated game on Metacritic, so fuck everybody who says that.
I really fucking love Max Payne 2, but every time I say how much I love Max Payne 2, I get a lot of pushback. So I don't know if I'd say it's the best game of all time, because clearly a lot of people,
The only thing that I think that is wrong with Max Payne 2 is, and I'd put it at number 3 on my list of favorites, is that it's very easy. And I've sometimes worried that makes me think that it's better than it is.
My problem with Max Payne 2 is the story.
I don't know about that, because I feel like there are some games that you absolutely do not have to experience a challenge whatsoever. Like Modern Warfare 2, I really like that game just because it's like a perfectly constructed story. And the gameplay sucks. Easy or difficult doesn't matter because the gameplay fucking sucks. But it's still an effortless playthrough. You know, it's a couple hours long and it's a fantastically told story. So I really like it.
I just wish that it like pushed me to become better at it. Like I wish the skill ceiling was a little higher. And,
I don't know. I would disagree with that because in Max Payne 1, the skill ceiling is higher, but the way that you get really good at Max Payne 1 is by basically breaking the game to the point where it looks retarded.
You just memorize. You have to memorize enemy.
Yeah, and then you also the way that you move and the way that you fight doesn't look interesting. It doesn't fit with the visual style of the game, which is supposed to be like a cool shootout.
I'm comparing it to like maybe like action game. Like the bullets need to be more highlighted when you're in slow-mo. Maybe tweaking this like slow-mo like a little bit so that you can like dodging was more skillful, making the shoot dodge a more useful tool. Adding like maybe another evasive move would like help elevate it. I don't know. And when you're your max level of slowdown, the game is just piss easy. But I do love it. It has some of the best ragdoll.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
This is like one of the few times in the game where they actually make you fucking wait and talk to Walter or whatever the hell his name is while he's working on the barnacle shit.
Sensations in games is like scoping in on the MP5 and in Max Payne 2 and then just like letting a stream of bullets out and just watching them hit. It's really good.
Yay, barnacle testing.
What happened to the Mercenaries series?
They made one really good game and then they just gave up forever. I don't know why.
When the company went bankrupt. Or not bankrupt.
And destroy all humans for that matter.
They just went retarded.
Pandemic went bye-bye and they went up no, Destroy All Humans died, and they gave it to Sandblast Games. Well, even before Sandblast, Big William and Path of the Fury, which is just a 1-2 punch. Uh-oh. That's still a little fucking
Full Spectrum Warriors 4. That's more fucked up.
I vaguely remember that.
They were making Mercenaries 3, but that got shit.
I thought that Full Spectrum Warrior was a little bit repetitive, and then everybody always came out in defense of it saying, like, well, yeah, the military doesn't just, like, come up with new tactics and weapons randomly halfway through a battle. It's like, no,
Yeah, but it's also
but
a game.
real war is
No,
really boring.
I feel like you can play half of it and get the entire idea.
Yeah, you can play the free demo and get the entire idea.
But it's like a cool... It was made for the military. It was made as a training tool, and then part of the... if you want to get an Xbox dev kit, you had to also... to purchase one, you had to say that you were going to make a game for sale. So they convinced the U.S. military to give them money. They convinced the U.S. military to also give them money to develop a game and release it. Because they were contracted.
I'm just imagining a bunch
to
of generals
train.
sitting around a table and somebody like asking them for money not
Then
to
they
make
got
a video
sued.
game, but
They got sued at
Microsoft?
because Pandemic, or either it was Pandemic or whoever was the producing the game.
No, but by
because
Microsoft.
The military. No, by the military.
Oh, okay.
Because the military felt that they had basically stole the money to make a game from them. Like, because the military had only contracted them to make a training tool, and as part of getting an Xbox dev kit, they said, "Oh, we have to make a game for release too." So they got that money too, and then when the military got a product that wasn't useful for training, they're like, "Oh fuck, did we just get?"
We're talking about America's Army?
No, we're talking about Full Spectrum Warrior.
Oh.
I don't really know what they were expecting, to be
Delta
honest.
Force Land Warrior was also a training tool. Let's not forget that.
I mean, like, I just went to go take a shit.
Oh, we were
and
talking
come
about
back.
Arma 3.
Feels like
You mean Virtual Battle Space?
Yeah, VBS.
Arma 2 is infinitely better than 3. Fuck all y'all.
Blank canvas with no
I've got some
content.
color
way better.
Yes, if you, everything except infantry is better.
Arma
than
3 has a shit ton of mods that make it fantastic.
Arma 3 is just more or less the same
Yeah.
thing.
But if I have to
Arma
mod the
3 is
game to make it
infantry gameplay.
as good as 2, I mean...
Arma 3.
One word. No, 2 words. IED butterflies.
Those are 4.
I am convinced that Arma 3 is a better game. However, I really miss the mods of 2. Ace 2 was fantastic, and
I mean,
there just hasn't been a replacement for it for 3.
3 is, as a base game, has
time for beer.
like, much better systems. But, the actual content that's in it is fucking horrible.
Yeah, I've got some real colorful words about the way that Arma 3 shipped. And I really love Bohemia. They're retarded, but I love them.
They're
Arma
too
3 is a train
small.
wreck.
They're too small for
Doesn't
the
it
projects
still run terribly after all
that
this
they
time?
have taken
It doesn't
on.
run terribly, it's just that
It
without
runs
mods,
no,
there's nothing.
They're
no,
all
it runs
very
absolutely awful.
They're all very
Dude.
CPU based, and specifically NVIDIA CPUs. If you have an AMD, you're fucked.
Oh,
Period.
You mean Intel?
I don't know. I have a
No.
3rd gen Intel,
Yes,
so...
thank you. Intel, not NVIDIA.
Maybe.
I mean, I like playing Arma, but I just wish it. I mean, Operation Flashpoint has such good single player content, and then like just Arma 3 has
Well, the
nothing.
problem
It's a
with
real
Flash
shame
is
that
the
Operation-
gameplay has aged pretty poorly. Like
It's
the thing with
aiming
Arma.
very janky and rigid.
My problem
Well,
with
it's
Operation
because
Flashpoint...
Sorry, go for it.
I was gonna say that my problem with Operation Flashpoint is it was so clearly designed for use with a controller that it makes playing...
You're thinking of Operation Flashpoint Dragon Rising.
Yeah, you're thinking of like.
Which
The
is
last
good.
one. The
Which
last
is a good
two.
game.
The last
Okay,
two were the
Dragon
worst I
Rising
played.
is good. Red River might be one of the weirdest games I've ever played.
I don't even
Yeah,
Because it's
dislike
like...
Red River, though.
What?
I don't dislike Red River.
It's just strange. It's
Those are
clearly
the
like
only two I've
them
played.
trying to reuse the base code to make a Call of Duty knockoff, but it's like, well, it's a kind of like a semi Call of Duty. All right,
Yeah.
I'm down for it.
Wasn't the original Operation Flashpoint literally just a port of the first Arma game?
No, wait,
Alright, I'm back.
what?
You're thinking of
Operation
Cold War
Flashpoint
Crisis.
came out first,
Okay,
and then
yeah.
people liked using the modding tools in it. So then they made Arma. Hang on a second. I have these all listed here.
Arma Cold War Crisis.
Yeah, Cold War
Assault
Assault.
is the
Oh, sorry.
Steam re-release of the original Operation Flashpoint, and it includes the DLC, the expansion.
Yeah, because Operation Flashpoint
Hey,
wasn't
Speedy.
originally made by.
Okay, because yeah, here's the deal.
Speedy, kick everybody out of the pool. It's getting a little crazy.
Okie dokie. Goodbye, everyone.
R.I.P. Yeah, okay. That was fun, but I don't think it was really, just a lot of over talking. We're gonna have to try that again sometime and actually manage it a little more carefully.
Okay, that.
Woo!
I think here's the thing. We kind of needed like either a secret code or a channel to say like, hey, kick these people, because people would get moved out of the channel and it'd be like, hey, put me back in. And then I would be like, hey, wait,
Yep.
I don't get it. Who kicked who? Are they supposed to come back in? I'm confused.
I just told Speedy to kick everybody out of the pool, so it's
Yeah, I
Adult
started
Swim
doing
hours now.
Yep. It's Adult Swim hours. The only people allowed are people who have played Opposing Force and/or Redneck Rampage, so I'm allowed.
I guess I have to leave then, because
What a strangely exclusive group of people.
Hey, it works, doesn't it? It means only we can be in here.
Yep. Anyhow, so for those of you watching the stream and not hanging out in the Discord, we'll try this again and actually do it on, the point of the stream, of that stream, the future stream, if we ever do it, maybe like in 2 or 3 years, will be to talk to people on Discord, and that way it won't be such a clusterfuck. In the meantime, let's keep playing Op 4. And talking to Speedy and Maverick.
Hello? Hello, hello?
I am so sorry for all of you.
Yeah.
I hello absolutely everybody.
Well, that's... Oh, alright. Fine. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to sit here drinking alone, wearing a fucking video game cosplay and playing a video game on Halloween night. I mean, that's a little too on the nose,
It's like that episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where, what was the guy who's obsessed with Pepe Sylvia? He ends up wearing a Nazi costume and just sitting and watching old TV in his room. It's like, yeah, that's what this is like.
I always kind of wonder, like, sometimes I'll think to myself, what would happen if I died suddenly and they found my body, and searched my apartment, and then I'm like, oh shit, I gotta make a change. Not that I'm expecting to die suddenly, and also if I did die suddenly, I'm sure I wouldn't give a shit. But I just kind of wonder.
Don't talk about any stuff with the CIA, and I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Steam vent. Steam vent, pressure valve. Imagine that. Time to die. Did I forget something? Oh, I did forget something. Whoops. Whoops. That's 2/3 of the way there. Alright. So maybe I'll talk a little bit about the game, which I wasn't doing because I was pretty well distracted by the Discord conversation. No, where am I going?
So, like, out of the original free Half-Life games, Opposing Force, Blue Shift, and Half-Life, which one do you think is the best and why?
I still think the original Half-Life is essentially perfectly paced and all that. I really do like Opposing Force and Blue Shift, but Op 4 is short and a little bit janky, and Blue Shift is really short and a little bit simple. Like, they didn't really bother. That's a good thing. Like, it's sort of a combat mission pack. They didn't really bother including a lot of the interesting stuff that made Half-Life 1 really awesome. Nor really should they have, because that stuff is a lot like all the content in Half-Life 2, where you play through it once, you're like, wow, that's impressive that they can do that now in video games, but you don't actually really want to do it twice.
Yeah, it's weird because I never really got into Blue Shift. I always thought it was just okay, and I played it once and I'm like, yeah, well, then that was fun. And I know Maverick loves Blue Shift, oddly enough.
He's a man of taste.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Blue Shift really annoyed the hell out of me The first couple times I played it, the Zen segment at the end really pissed me off, just because it's not really well constructed. It's got a lot of, like, maze walking, crawling around in, like, little, you know, basically Zen air ducts. They recreated the air ducts in Zen out of just, I don't know, nonsense. Oh, there's a really fantastic bug here where sometimes you'll just get crushed to death while standing in this little observation booth because there's some kind of weird collision bullshit that happens with this crusher. I think it has to do with trying to leave the room. Like, if you stay in the room and watch the crusher, I think you're usually okay, but if you try to walk out that hallway, I think sometimes you just get pancaked in the middle of the hallway. Nice, alright. I lived. So, Speedy, do any trick-or-treating this year?
Nope, I don't do trick-or-treating. I don't think we've had any trick-or-treaters, like, for the past 3 years.
I have never had any. Not that I've
I
invited,
hate the
like...
kid in the nuts for coming to my, doorstep, so...
Do you have a sign-up?
Yeah.
Step here, get your nuts kicked.
Yeah. That's what I give out, is
Gearbox.
free nutcrackers.
Christmas starts earlier every year.
It's weird, though. Oh, come on.
No, you go on.
You guys are so polite.
You go on.
Alright, I'm sick of it already.
It's fucking weird how, Halloween is, like, my favorite holiday, because I just love the atmosphere, you know, getting into it, the spooky stuff. I fucking love it, but I don't go trick-or-treating. You know, I don't help decorate the house. My family doesn't decorate the house. I don't give out candy. I don't do any trick-or-treating stuff. I just like the atmosphere. I don't know what it is.
I like that Halloween gives me an excuse to play spooky games and work on spooky mods, like Death Wish for Blood, which I wanted to do music for, and I think ModDB isn't sending my messages because I finished an entire soundtrack. I sent it to the guy and I never got a reply, and he released it without the soundtrack, so I just have 12 full pieces of music sitting around doing nothing on my hard drive.
That's kind of shitty. You're like, hey man, you want some free music? And he's like, I'm out of here.
Well, now I have 12 pieces of music for anyone who needs spooky music. Spooky general MIDI music.
Prepare to die. There it goes.
Is this a way of saying you made rap, or...
I did not make rap, no. I mean, I could make rap. I have all the instruments to make rap. I could make a rap beat on this stream
You
right
said
now.
it was spooky.
What do you mean, instruments to make rap? Is a drum machine a plural instrument at this point?
I have multiple drum... I could use multiple drum machines.
There you go. Overlay a lot of drum machines.
Just every TR-808 and 909 possible. Just like 10 of them, all with different effects on them.
Well, I don't like Halloween. I fucking hate Halloween. I think it's stupid. I don't like dressing up. I don't like trick-or-treating. I don't like going to Halloween parties because if you don't dress up, if you do dress up, then everybody's got to make a big deal about your costume, and if you don't dress up, everybody's got to make a big deal about your lack of a costume. It's like, oh god damn it. Just let me drink in peace.
It's basically the St. Patrick's Day of October. I think that's really a good way to put it.
Whoa, got a backfire, Snark. Hey, buddy. Ah, nice, you got stuck under the pipe. Whoa, shit. I think I'm learning that snarks don't give a shit about bull squids.
That's why they're called snarks, because they're real snarky about it. Yeah, that was terrible.
Isn't it past your bedtime, Grandpa?
Hey. I'm doing my best, okay?
Did Facebook tell you that joke? I love being cruelly dismissive of old people.
He's not even old. I think you're older than him.
Yeah, I'm older than everybody, but nobody believes me. Pinocha asked in the chat, did I see the World Series? I saw a couple games of the World Series, but I don't...
That was the football thing, right?
Really yeah, it's the one where they... I think it's where they kick the ball a lot and run around the field for 90 minutes, and the team that wins is the team that doesn't get tired first.
Oh, I was talking like normal football, not the fucking other one.
Not Mexican football?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's the difference between normal football and Mexican football?
You have to have like. Alright, you know what? I'm not gonna say
Ooh,
that.
yeah,
it's
here we
gonna
go.
be pretty offensive.
It's gonna be spicy.
I'm not gonna Salokin this chat.
I'd appreciate that.
Back to the F stick with you.
Oh no.
I don't know, man. It's weird that you're like legitimately an alt-right fascist troll, and you're still less offensive than Salokin.
He's not.
I'm not.
Are you sure?
Fascist.
Are you sure? That sounds like something a Nazi would say, to be honest with you.
Okay, listen here, you. Oh fuck. I mean,
Did you graduate first in your class in the Navy SEALs?
Well, considering I'm alt-right, I haven't graduated any school.
Hey now, Ben Shapiro has probably been to a lot of very prestigious universities.
He's too busy owning the liberals to graduate.
Oh yeah, buddy. Yeah, I watched the World Series, and I almost for a second there forgot who won, which probably tells you how little I cared about the outcome. Because being from Oregon is sort of like abdicating all of your interest in sports. You're like, well, we don't have a football team. We don't really have a baseball team. We have, I guess, some soccer teams, whatever. So, like, when I was a kid, I just was like, okay, I'm going to go for geographical proximity. So I was like, oh, I really like the 49ers and the Seahawks and the Mariners, you know. That's the best you can do. You have to look north or south.
Man, I don't even, like, we have one of the biggest sports teams, like Seahawks or something. I don't even give a shit about sports, man. They're just boring. Give me video games.
Video games are like sports that are just a lot easier to do.
Yeah.
Not that that's an endorsement or anything. Oh, I'm gonna kill this guy with a rocket launcher because I can. Yeah, so finally I slogged my way through some of the not great parts of Op 4, and now I'm back in one of the awesome parts of Op 4. Hell yes. Co-op combat time. Yeah. All right.
Grab the key and I don't even know what it's for.
It's for a door, duh.
Sounds like you're having a good time with Redneck Rampage. I feel like I picked the wrong game tonight.
Yeah, mine's way more interesting than yours.
You take that back. Op 4 can be cool. Like, when it doesn't get stuck on the stair or in a wall.
Uh-oh.
Anything else.
Uh-oh. Whew. Danger zone. Yo, fucking snipers. Yeah. I'm coming for you, snipers. There we go. I have no idea what my guys are doing. Oh, yeah, they're getting themselves killed, and they're probably going to run over a trip mine and blow us all to hell.
Probably.
That's cool. Oh, shit! I just heard one of them go down. Yeah. Oh, ladders, my old arch nemesis. Oh, sweet! That guy's alive. That guy's alive.
Video games have so much trouble with ladders.
Well, just look at Bethesda. They've got the absolute most trouble with them.
True.
Here we go.
And fucking Bethesda, man.
Whoop.
Fallout 76 made me go from giving them the benefit of the doubt to just...
I feel like eventually everybody's going to be sick of their shit. And they're just burning through goodwill at an insane rate now.
Well, they were cool to everybody for a bit because they made jokes about how broken their games were and, you know, the bugs and the mods will fix it shit. But then after a while you gotta think, okay, you're making jokes about stuff that you get criticized for. After a while, people are gonna stop, you know, laughing with you and start laughing at you for it when you become a fucking one-trick pony.
Yeah, when they realize it's not a good-natured, like, you know, we know we screwed up, we're going to try to do harder next time, but sort of just like a admission, or not even an admission, it's just like a get-out-of-jail-free card. It's like, well, we know they suck, and that makes it okay. It doesn't really, does it?
I'm trying to think of somebody who just, like, royally fucked up a game to use this as an... Okay, you know what? Destiny, great example. Imagine all the flaws of Destiny, and imagine if Bungie just went, yeah, we gutted the story out, restarted it, but hey, that's why you love us, right? If Destiny pulled that shit, Go on.
I was just like, well, imagine if Destiny 2 came out and it's like, oopsie, we destroyed the story again. It's like, that's funny, they're self-aware.
They'd get Nathan Fillion to say it, and then everybody would instantly forgive them because they fucking love Nathan Fillion.
I'm still mad about the puppies joke they made with Destiny 2's marketing. I'm never gonna let them live that down.
For the puppies, duh.
I feel like Deadpool has been an overall negative influence on the, like, entertainment industry as a whole.
Yeah,
like, everybody's trying to either do Deadpool or John Wick right now, and I don't like it.
Well, I think one thing that was a big negative influence, even though it's not as prevalent anymore, maybe because shit's replaced it or I don't know, but Invader Zim was a big one. Was just fucking non sequiturs.
Fuck. The lol I'm so random shit?
Yeah, I tried to go back to watch an episode recently because somehow it was on YouTube and wasn't taken down. There's things that I can get behind, you know, I laughed at some parts, but for the most part, every joke was, I'm gonna explain my plan extremely verbosely and meticulously. Huh? Here's this thing I'm gonna focus on. No, I'm gonna repeat my plan again. Okay, I'm gonna repeat the thing I just said that had nothing to do with your plan. And then the robot will say something completely unrelated to like a food or something. It's like, okay, if you have one character who does this, it's fine, you know, like Ed from Ed, Edd n Eddy. He's not a non sequitur, he's just talking about whatever the fuck he's thinking about. But then when everybody is Ed, you have a problem.
Let me try teleporting, see where I end up. Oh wow, I don't think I've actually seen this teleport room before. Nice. Learn something new every day. And I know a lot of people that were really into Invader Zim, and I never watched it, and I think at some point, like, it showed up on Netflix, I tried to watch it, and I was like, this is just another kids show. I did not seem that special to me, but I'm sure you had to be there at the time.
Yeah.
Hey, Executioner's here. Executioner, why are you not in the Discord? You should join the voice and we'll drag you and only you over. Keep it exclusive for now. Keep it low key. Because Halloween is a very low key, chill kind of holiday.
I mean, when you're enjoying it, yeah, I spent most of the holiday working on videos because I had to rush to get my blood one out.
Oh, I'm not loving these gloves anymore.
Take them off. You gotta break character at some point.
Ah, damn. It's like strip poker. Eventually, by the end of the night, I'm not gonna be wearing anything. Also, fingerless gloves are a real pain in the ass to take off.
You'd think being fingerless, they'd just be easier in general, but what's the point of fingerless gloves? I'm gonna be honest. They just kind of like defeat the purpose.
Well, I would say that they give you full dexterity with your fingers for like manipulating guns and shit, but they actually don't, as evidenced by the fact that I can't even play Half-Life with fingerless gloves on. Ah, damn. Here we go.
Yeah, Executioner's name seems really familiar. Does he make
Isn't he the
Doom
one
mods?
that's in the goodie bag?
He was like the first person who ever watched my show. He's like my original fan. He's awesome, dude.
I remember I only got into your stuff because my friend ND Chaos really wanted me to watch it, or recommended it.
Yeah, Chaos is another one of those OGs. Do I have buddy? Oh,
If he comes back and hear this, I'm just gonna say, "Hey Rick, you're gay."
Makes sense.
He might just tell you to get dabbed on or something.
Yeah, that's something he'd do.
Alright, just transition from the most awesome part of the game to the least awesome part of the game, which is the underground Voltagore segment. But I managed to stockpile a full machine gun ammo load, so it's actually not going to be that bad. God damn, this is one of the best guns in gaming. Just shit. And especially the way that the recoil pushes you around like the assault rifle in Marathon.
Oh, I love the Marathon assault rifle. I love everything about Marathon. Finny recently, like, reminded me of how much I like the game.
I was talking about this in the Discord the other day, but I was saying, like, I really want to do... I've had this video partially written for a long time. Basically a story teardown of all the Marathon games and trying to explain the story because it is really fucking complicated. And the thing, as petty as it is, that keeps me from actually doing that video is that I cannot decide on a way to pronounce the name of the chaos entity for Marathon Infinity. And I know how I pronounce it in my head, but I just feel like a complete idiot saying it out loud, and that there's definitely going to be a bunch of people who are just like, what? That sounds stupid. That's not it. And
it's
then
like
they're just going to yell at me. You know, there's sort of like words like the Safit and the Four, yeah, which you can pretty easily figure out. And then there's like Saboth or Sabuth. Also, the spelling of the names changed because they had multiple guys writing the terminals over the course of like 6 months, so they don't ever keep consistent spelling either. Jaro.
Tell me how you pronounce the chaos entity's name, because I already know how I'm going to pronounce it, and I want to know how you
It's supposed... I think the intent is that it's essentially unpronounceable, but if you just sound it out, it seems like it should be Workin Kakanter. Which doesn't sound like any sort of real...
Workin is how I saw it, but the way
that could be... Yeah, sir. I think that also would work. It's just
Workin is how I'd say it.
I kind of feel like they tried to just mash on the keyboard and come up with a bunch of letters that you couldn't pronounce, but the problem is internet nerds are really good at trying to pronounce bullshit.
I would just I just say it however you want to call it a day, because you're gonna get into non-stop arguments about it. Because even if you find a way that people agree on, there's still gonna be people who disagree.
It's so hard. Yeah, it's even so hard to spell that a lot of fans will just call it the work. You know, I mean, like on forums and stuff, people have to come up with shorthand because it's impossible to even type it correctly, much less pronounce it. Wow, alright.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, how's it going, man?
I can hear you.
Okay, hey. No, I got my Bluetooth mic on. I just bought it.
It sounds like you're over a military intercom.
I was just about to say that.
It sounds like 2006 vintage, but it's actually not that bad.
Okay. It's like I'm in a CS server, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, there you go. Can you can you say
my, Turtle Beaches from the other room?
Can you say get out of there? It's gonna blow for us.
Get out of there! It's gonna blow.
Holy shit! That's amazing.
Perfect, man.
I just threw my voice a little bit.
Now we know how they recorded those audio clips.
Say the bomb is at A.
Bomb is at A.
Oh my god. Negative. I always love the way that some of the AI would say negative when you'd ask them to do shit. You'd be like, stay here, and they'd be like, negative. Like you were just pissing them off and they were sick of your shit.
I can't stop laughing.
Sector clear, negative. You take the point, negative. Tremendous, man. It's just fucking fabulous.
Jet cleared. It's go time.
Some of those like saying, "Oh, I got myself totally turned around. Now I'm gonna die in here." Some of those sayings, multiplayer games decided it was cool to have a random saying get said at the beginning of every match.
Yeah, like Call of Duty is always seems like whenever I play that, that's pretty. I do like the fact that the new Black Ops 4 has the guy that played Titanfall 2. I think it was Blisk. He is the announcer for the Mercenaries. And I just like his voice, the actor's voice. He's done other stuff, but I like his voice a lot.
I really should have played Titanfall 2.
Anyway, sometimes anybody mentions Titanfall 2, I immediately just think of the griefing video with Latin Mike, where some guy named Latin Mike in a game was
that's fucking amazing.
goddamn messing with a guy named Latin Mike, and it was just like, yo, Latin Mike! It's like, what? You suck, dude! Yo, Latin Mike! He's just doing that, it keeps getting...
We're in a hole. Team fallback.
Yeah, here's the video in the Discord. This is genuinely one of the best fucking videos Styx has made. And it just came out of nowhere. Like, his account was dead for a while, and he just uploads this, and it's just so fucking good.
Oh, I thought you meant Styx, like Styx Hexenhammer for a second. I was like, that guy, his account hasn't been dead in 9 years.
I always joke about it, but like I think, yeah, because I was, I don't know how I found your channel, but it was like sort of by accident. I was looking at, I don't know, different weird FPS games, and I ran across yours or something. And then I think, I know I gifted you the Win Back 2, which I always joke about whenever that retrospective is gonna come into.
That's one of those. I mean, people would fucking hate me for saying this, but I have so much stuff written.
Yeah.
But it's all about cleaning it up. Whoops! Oh, fuck that up.
Like, okay, you want to know?
Cleaning it up and then recording all the footage and then really the editing. And it's only like the first 5 minutes. I don't know how to start videos, so editing the first 5 minutes takes me like 2 or 3 weeks, and then the rest of the video takes me like 25 minutes. Like, seriously, I can edit a minute per 10 seconds towards the end of the videos. Like, everybody always says that editing takes, you know, more time to edit than it does to see on screen. But once you start dropping big blocks of clips in, oh man, you can get so much shit done. The problem is when you have to get like the timing just right. You have to like discuss the history of a game, and it's really hard to include all the information with relevant, you know, images on screen, all that shit. Uh-oh. No, you guys are distracting me. Now I'm playing like shit again.
I mean, I look at a lot of people that I follow, and even like look at Race. I mean, like all the stuff he has to when he puts out a video. It's a lot of writing the script and then playing the game. And I kind of admire anybody that sits there and like literally tries to put together all that information in a very informative and precise video. There's a couple people like that I enjoy watching. That's
Racevic's definitely like production value focused, but he's one of the few. I mean, like there's a lot of people out there that make really slick video game videos, but very few of them have any insight to back it up. And that's what I like about Racevic, is that his videos look fucking awesome, but he also has really interesting things to say. And most of the time,
I think.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say I think I found his by accident as well. I just again like it's just how Google, I guess recommendations come through, and I think I found that through the Ghost in the Shell video he did, which I played the Ghost in the Shell online a little bit, which rest in peace. But that thing was, I don't know, that had some really unbalanced bullshit to play, but it was all right, for like a CS knockoff kind of game with a Ghost in the Shell license to it.
Yep. I mean, I don't think the industry's quite there yet. I think there's a potential for some really good shit to come out of Korea eventually, but not for a while.
Oh yeah. I mean, they're getting there. I don't know.
As long as Nexon isn't attached to it, I think it'll be great. Nexon.
Well, Nexon just hates anything that's made in their United States part of the. That's the NCSoft. I guess they're both haters of American.
I mean, the
or
thing is,
East
like,
developed stuff.
Korea can make really good stuff. It's just I don't know what it is, but a lot of the good stuff seemed to happen in the '90s, and it stayed in the '90s. Like, Mantra was a company that died in like 4 years, but they made a full remake of Ys 2 and managed to take a very mediocre game and turn it into a really good one. And then they just died, like, for no apparent reason. And then there's some other companies, like the one that made White Day, that just died for no apparent reason.
Oh, continuing on a thought I was having, production values. I really get very quickly turned off by video game videos, actually almost any sort of like review videos that have really high production values, because a lot of what the content boils down to is a fucking highlight reel. It's like a commercial. And so you'll see somebody, I've probably been guilty of this before, but they'll do like an insightful quick intro bit, and then they have an intro to introduce the game. And the intro is all the coolest clips of this game that they can think of. And then they proceed to theoretically talk about it, objectively, give it an objective review. And it's like, well, you just put together like a better video montage than the game's marketing department could. And now you're going to pretend that you're talking about it, like with a sober attitude. It's like, I don't really think so. I think this is basically kind of just like cheerleading for video games, much of the same way like gun videos and car videos. It's all just about, look at how cool this shit is. Well, that guy fucking died.
That's funny. Somebody in the chat was brought up that El Chavo cart, and I bought the physical copy of that on 360, I think last year, because it's, I don't know, it was like a $70 game, and it's hard to find. It's some weird, I think Brazilian or Mexican cartoon show, and they made a kart racer. Yeah, it's a kart racer running on the Unreal Engine.
What the?
Wow.
It was like the physical was like really hard to find.
Yeah.
The GameStop didn't have a listing for it.
It's a really fucking weird game, Speedy. I don't know much about it because I haven't played it, but I know that there's like sort of a. I don't know if I want to say it's a cult because there's not, you know, that many people around it, but there's a weird like dedicated group towards the game or something.
That's crazy. Does it have that classic was it Unreal? No, it wasn't Unreal. It's Quake. Never
I think it was Unreal
Like
Engine
the
3
texture
it ran.
thing?
I think
The
that's what
Quake,
it ran on.
the Quake models warping thing.
Oh gosh.
Like
that
in,
looks-
it looks awesome in, oh shit, what's that gangster game? Like the steampunk gangster game?
Oh yeah, Kingpin.
Kingpin Organized Crime.
I love Kingpin.
Where it's used for like the way that, or it seems like it's used for the way that like firelight or, you know, soft light will fall on people, will cause them to sort of flicker. And it, maybe it's purposeful, maybe it's not, but it has this kind of cool effect where if like someone's being lit by a fire, they sort of, they shapeshift, and you're like, whoa.
See, I'm weird in that I think I like almost every game Nature's Entertainment has made, including like that Rampage, but I will fully admit that they are flawed and completely fucked up in like every single way. I don't know how they do it, but they manage to make some of the weirdest games out there.
Shit, fuck shit. Come on, guys. Come on, machine gun guy. It's your time to shine. No, we're in a war zone. Don't walk that slow, you fucking... God damn it. The AI forgets that we're in, you know, like a fight and just starts walking around. Fuck you, buddy. This isn't really a speed run, and it's not really like a careful run. This is just like a seat of the pants, balls out, play like a retard. It's not even when I play casually, it's a whole different thing, man. This is like, I don't know what this is. This is like performance anxiety. People are watching me play, now I suck ass.
I don't know. People come for don't really. I mean, nowadays it doesn't. No people really care about gameplay. It's just like just personality and just talking. I mean, that's half the time I.
Oh well, then
half the people I watch on YouTube on Twitch is mostly just kind of a chit chat thing and just watching them play a game and it's just chill. It's those kind of small streamers I enjoy watching a lot just because it's kind of a. You can talk about some weird ass like bizarre games. It's like yeah, it's.
Fuck.
So.
Yeah, I do want to, I mean, I really had a good time chatting with people in the Discord, and I'm going to have to put together an actual stream or something where that's the point. Because it kind of turned into a disaster because I was not really prepared for it. But bringing people in and out of, oh my god, I can't fucking do this in single life. Bringing people in and out more regularly would be pretty smart.
The way it should be done is just that we take like one person in at a time and just chat with them and like switch people out.
I mean, that's a little rapey, but yeah, I get it.
I was going to mention.
Welcome to the inner sanctum, bitch.
Well, I mean, you already drugged people into the dungeon with the whole Discord integration.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was funny. I'm not even gonna lie.
It's funny that Racevic just shows up out of nowhere. It's like, where am I? You know,
how did I get here? What happened?
Full clip edition. I'm not even supposed to be here.
Last thing I remember, I was getting a sandwich, and all of a sudden, here I am. Whoop. See ya, sucker.
That is a really cool part, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, now since
I thought Helix was by the same people that worked on the Risen series, unless I'm wrong. I guess I'm thinking about the same developer, maybe. I don't know.
Wait, what game?
I just remember when it came out at launch, it was a lot of jank to it.
I love me some good jank.
That European RPG jank.
The only jank I don't like is Jank Uger. That guy's a fucking weirdo. Yeah, I can't think of it in there. Alright.
We don't want to talk about the Alex Jones at the left side here. That's,
There we go. And where am I at now? Oh, that's not a way out. Oh, this is such a fucking annoying trap. They make the current really strong. You gotta fight against it. Why even do that? See, I mean, after you get past that that kind of not so great underground section, this game gets really fucking cool. And it pretty much stays really fucking cool till the end. Now we get to fight against Black Ops. I love any game that can pull off this like three-way engagement shit, where it's like two factions versus like a crazy psycho faction.
Nightbane is asking. I was gonna say Nightbane's asking you, what's your favorite horror game besides Cold Fear?
All the horror games I like are not horror games by any objective standard of measurement. Like, I don't like the horror parts of Fear at all. Yeah, I used to have my buddy Code Knight. I was like, alright, I'm pretty sure there's a scare down this hallway, so I'm just going to close my eyes and plug my ears, and you can just walk me forward, and then when the scare's over, just let me know. And then I'll keep playing. Which is really a very unfair one-sided arrangement, because then I got to play all the awesome shootouts, and he got to play all the boring walking down a hallway segments. But that's what friendship is, you know? Forcing people to do things for you. See, if I go out there, these guys are going to get blown up by the fucking mortar. I think I can leave them here, and they won't necessarily activate. They still might get killed, who knows. Here we go! And this is a trap. If you drop down in here, I'm pretty sure you get ambushed. Yep, there it is.
I don't know if you would call it horror, but I really enjoyed Condemned. The first Condemned pretty well. I played it.
Yeah, that was actually that was a good game. Who developed that? I'm drawing a blank, but I know the developers really.
There was also Monolith as well.
Yep, there you go. So Monolith.
I think it was.
Is like.
Yeah, it was right after Fear. Yeah.
Yeah, Monolith are like reliably. They always produce A- games. All their games are like really good, but not quite perfect.
Except Blood 2. That one's raw. Yeah, okay.
But their counterpart is fucking Raven Software, who creates games that are like barely into the B grade. They're not quite budget C grade shit, but they're really not that fucking good. I don't like
Except Soldier of Fortune. That one's pretty good. And Elite Force.
I enjoy Singularity pretty well.
Okay.
That was pretty good, I thought.
That's not too bad. But a lot of
because that was like their last. To me, that was like one of their last real projects before they were pretty much doing all COD DLC and a lot of just basically stuff like COD maps or anything like support. It's like basically a sports studio now. They're no longer really making anything solo.
Yeah, right. That's the the risk, and I always try to make this point when talking about like Halo. Is like a big risk for developers is getting bought, and then that's their future, you know. And I think Bungie had a real concern that if they got purchased in a more or less hostile takeover, you know, then they would end up being like one of those studios where it's like, hey, Bungie, can you make a Mac port of this game that sucks and nobody likes? And they'd be like, oh, fuck, okay. Might as well. Alright, I'm gonna be an asshole. I'm gonna leave these guys here. I'll leave those two guys there to man the rear. And I'm pretty sure that they're gonna get killed once the fighting starts.
Jedi Outcast and Jedi Academy.
Yeah, those are pretty good too.
They were pretty fun online because like a lot of the servers, you had all the weapons in the game, but like it was like, nah, screw that, we're all doing lightsabers only. That's pretty much every.
Like how in Battlefront 2, the only map that you could find people playing on was that Tatooine map where it was just heroes. Everybody played as heroes. Those servers were always full, and all the good servers were not full.
Like, the thing about hero mode is, did it have to play all of the Star Wars like pub music that is fucking grating? Because when I think of a fun time with friends, I don't think of Star Wars pub music, or Jizz as it's called.
God, I remember reading that when I was a kid and I didn't know what the hell it was, and I was like, oh, interesting. I had that fucking, the Star Wars visual dictionary. Oh, I don't think I can trick this guy into running into that trip mine, can I? fuck you, buddy. Now I trap myself here.
You know, the worst part is I feel like there's some sad kid, or there's this kid out there who's just completely innocent, and he loves Star Wars, and he goes through the dictionary, and he's like, wow, I love this!
God damn. Hey, so here's the story. Oh, fuck, yeah, I fucked that up pretty bad.
So
when I was a kid, when I was in fourth grade, my fourth grade teacher taught us the mnemonic for remembering the 4 cardinal compass directions. Do you know what that mnemonic is?
What?
What do you think it is? I'd like to know.
Never eat soggy wheat?
Right. Right, that's not the one that we got taught. What the fuck is with this guy?
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh gosh.
Well, alright, so the version that's, as I stand here watching this fucking Black Ops guy spaz in place and refuse to die, the version that she taught us was never eat soggy waffles.
Mm-hmm. That's, good and bad.
Which is different.
Yeah.
And when, when you're in high school and you don't know any better and someone asks, like, how do you remember the compass directions or some bullshit, and you're like, yes, never eat soggy waffles. And they're like, do you know what that is? And you're like, no. Oh, shit, there he goes! God damn it. That was weird.
I remember that was like the big shock humor thing that all the kids would say back in the days. Like, hey dude, go on the computer and look up blue waffle. And then you'd do it. And then hilarity would ensue because, it was like some kind of fucking STD thing. And, yeah. The moral of the story is that kids are fucking bastards, and that's why it was fun being a kid.
The truth.
Oh, I absolutely was.
Yeah, you got some interesting stories.
I can barely even remember how I filled the days when I was a kid, and I know, especially once I had internet access, that I filled them in a really retarded way.
Sometimes it's better to forget, and I kind of wish I could, because,
a more innocent time.
Well, I just call it the Blake Owsley story, because there was a kid at my school who, he had his iPod, he's like, hey dude, check this out. I'm like, what? And it was just straight up... Yeah, it was straight up Minecraft porn, and it was like this Minecraft chick, I guess, spreading her legs, and she's like, dude, look, she's presenting herself, it's so hot, and I said, okay.
Good for you, man.
Don't show me that shit again, fuck off. And then, now I'm fucking lazy as shit if it's just not obvious from my personality, but I had like really shitty grades, so I got good grades on a report card once, and I'm like, oh hell yeah, dude, that's rad.
Oh no,
yep.
This one!
And he's sitting in front of me, and he's like, hey dude, and I'm like, what? He grabs my report card, tears a chunk of it off, puts it in his mouth, and swallows it in front of me.
Wow. Oh, to be young again.
Oh, to eat report cards again.
To eat slices of paper from some other student.
I remember I was watching shit on my tablet during a lunch break once, and he sits right next to me while I'm wearing headphones watching it, and he puts his hand on my shoulder, he's like, so what's that? I'm like, excuse me. No, like, what are you watching, dude? That's cool. And I'm like, I have fucking headphones on, come on, dude.
I don't know, it's just my luck, but anytime I've ever ridden the city bus in my entire life, I always have a person who decides that I'm appropriate to talk to. I don't know. But they're always just like, that guy looks like he's not doing anything. Yeah. I made a lot of really good homeless friends that way.
You should just pretend you're deaf and just wait for their reaction.
I actually did.
You want to see a dead body?
Yeah, there you go. What I did is I actually prepared, I never use these, but I prepared sentences that I could use to get myself out of trouble, which is a reasonably competent sounding Spanish sentence, you know, claiming that I don't speak any English. Just saying, like, lo siento, solamente hablo japonés y un poquito del español. And they'd be like, I don't understand, and then I'd be like, perdón. Sorry, no English, or something like that, you know? It's like, no one's gonna look at me and be like, yeah, that guy doesn't speak any English, of course not. Or, fucking, I don't know how to do it in Japanese. Shitsure desu ga, dake skoshi nihongo to spengo horasu ga dekimasu. Something like that.
Did I hear
And I had them prepared, like, you know. So anybody tried to talk to me, I'd just bust out. Of course I wasn't gonna do it. I was gonna be like, oh hi, how can I help you? Ha ha ha.
Do you know the story of
I'm not a very bold bus rider, you know.
I forget his name, but he was called like the Railway Avenger or something. And there was like a fight on a bus or a train, and this guy who concealed carries a fucking katana in his trench coat.
Oh Jesus! You know that didn't used to be legal in Texas. And everybody was all excited about like now you can carry a sword in Texas, and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Hey, everyone's got katanas.
God damn it!
Japan's coming back, baby.
Can't you just pretend you're going to a con like a normal person?
Japan's coming back, and it's got more burgers than ever.
That reminds me of if you watch Red Letter Media, that episode where they watch Surviving Edge Weapons. He's got an edge weapon.
Oh yeah.
And there's a guy, like, if you ever see the video, like, either the review or that, the whole video is on YouTube, but there's one scene where the police is, like, trying to get this guy out of a house, and there's, like, a broadsword that's, like, sitting right there by the door, and, the guy, the policeman's, like, trying to knock on the door to get him out, and then he opens the door and just shank right there in his gut with a big broadsword, like, what the fuck? You gotta watch it, man. Like,
there is a famous story. This is always circulated on the internet, and as far as anybody can tell, it's legitimate. People start talking about like tiny self-defense calibers, like 32 automatic or 25 automatic, and almost invariably somebody will link to this story about a guy who was like a pawn shop owner, and he's just working in his shop one day, and some crazy dude comes in with a katana, and just walks right up to him and just stabs him while he's sitting in a chair. And this pawn shop owner, he survived. He tells the story. He says, like, he was sitting in the chair. The guy just fucking stabbed him out of nowhere. He was totally shocked. And then he's like, he reaches for his gun, realizes that his gun was disassembled because he was putting new sights on it. And he's like, oh shit. And so then he's like struggling with the guy, trying to like get to the phone, trying to do all this shit. And finally he realizes that he had just bought a 25 automatic Beretta Jetfire off of somebody. And it's in his pocket. And so he's like fighting with the guy. He's got a sword in him. He's all cut up. His hands are all fucked up. He draws the 25 auto out of his pocket, shoots the guy in the eyeball, and kills him. And everybody, the whole point of this story is like, even a 25 automatic can be an effective self-defense weapon, you know, if you aim for the right target, you know, and if you're in a real dire situation. But the real takeaway should be that sometimes people with a sword will just stab you for no reason. And also the other takeaway is that this guy died like a couple years later of complications from being stabbed in the chest, because you don't ever truly get better from something like that. But he's also semi-old, so yeah. Anyways, what a weird story. I'm sorry for telling you that story. It doesn't make any sense.
That story's amazing.
It's fucking great. Yeah, I put it in the war room if you want to read it later. But there was a fight on like a subway train or something, and this guy pulls out a fucking katana that he's concealing in his trench coat, which I just love this detail.
Beautiful.
He breaks up the fight, and he's being interviewed on television, and he's just fucking showing off. He's twirling the blade, like sheathing it.
Is that the video? Yeah, where the guy does like the fancy, you know, like the sheath thing.
Yeah, the Aido shit.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's fucking cool.
I'm not gonna lie, but I love how he's like, yeah. So, I saw what was going down, and I said to myself, you know what? If this gets any worse, I've got a 3-step plan to kill anybody in that train if I have to. I mean, I was ready, I was prepared, and I'm just sitting here like, okay, you're cool, you got a sword, but you're not gonna take on a whole fucking train of people with just a sword. It's gonna get stuck in someone, it's gonna get stuck in something, someone... Yep. What?
Well, that's what you have a wakizashi for, right?
Off of TV, a knife salesman on TV. Like,
he bought, yeah, it's Mall Ninja garbage. He got it in the fucking Taylor's or something like that. It's not gonna last more than 1 or 2 swings.
I remember an amazing story a friend told me about. He was dumpster diving sometime, and he's not like poor or anything. He just did it for shits and giggles. And he finds this rusty sword, which he just automatically assumed was a katana.
As you do.
Yeah, and I think he got drunk one night when he did this, or maybe he was.
I have a prop for this. Hang on a second.
Oh no! Oh, no. That's never a sentence you want to hear from someone.
Oh, fucking knew it!
Oh no!
So a friend of a family member or something, some weird thing like that, used to make these out of like car springs, like shock absorbers or some shit like that. I can't remember what the story was, but they hand forged all these like little weird katana-looking knives, and they had like a bajillion of them. And one time we went to visit, and they gave me and my sisters one for some reason. So I have this fucking fake katana with fake Japanese, like they faked. That's not gonna focus. Fuck it. They put some fake Japanese characters on it, and it's made out of like a shock absorber or, you know, like some steel from a car coil spring or some bullshit like that.
Dude, that is fucking cool.
I don't know why I have that. I don't know why I still have that. I know how I got it, I just don't know why I still have it.
Because it's cool. That's all that matters, really.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Oh, really cool.
Getting killed.
Dude, I like swords in general. Like, I mean, they're just fucking cool. But,
weaponry
so
is just awesome.
Oh, hell yeah. But, he gets this, like, rusty blade thing. I don't even know if it was a sword. It might have been like a fucking lawnmower blade or something, but he gets it, and he's like, dude, I found a katana. What should I do with it? And I'm like, this is a very strange message to get. So we just go along with it, and we're talking about it, and then later he's like, wait, dude, I got the worst idea ever. He goes to his kitchen.
Oh,
he gets a can of Chef Boyardee. Yeah, the Wood Park story. He gets a can of Chef Boyardee, and he opens it with the blade after, like, I think 5 minutes, and he fucking cuts his thumb in the middle of it.
Yeah,
and he just ate it. I don't even think he warmed it up. He just ate it cold.
Tastes like victory either way.
Yeah.
Here we go. I just realized this game is almost over.
Oh my gosh.
So fucking short. Every time I play this game, the ending sneaks up on me. I'm like, oh, right, this game's really short.
And in comparison, I've only completed like 3 levels in Red Dead.
Oh, maybe I might be getting a little ahead of myself. But not by much.
I still got a lot of rednecks to play.
That's good. Yeah, we'll see if we can coordinate so that you finish Redneck Rampage at the same time I finish Opposing Force. 2 phenomenal games, underappreciated in their time. Yeah, absolutely gaming counterparts. You can't really enjoy one and appreciate it without having also played the other. Oh, what's that, Otis? There's some kind of a bomb? What'd you say? What'd you say about a bomb? Yeah, whatever.
It's okay. I defused it.
Don't go and make me throw down or something. I'll say I like that the bomb is the only story element of... Oh, you know, this is the end. Never mind. The bomb is the only element of OP4 and Blue Shift, aside from maybe the name Barney Calhoun, that Valve bothered to keep in the franchise. Fucking A. I had ammo on that.
Hey, it's your old pal, Gordon. Barney!
From Black Mesa!
About that beer I owed you.
God, the face that he makes when he says that. God, oh, I wanna fucking punch everybody in Valve for that fucking face. Like, oh Jesus Christ.
About that beer I owed you.
About that beer and like the fucking sitcom soundtrack picks up and everyone's woo! Because it's like when Kramer enters the room and everyone's like, we like that character. I recognized it and I clapped.
I saw Barney and I clapped.
You could see I was quite on a Blue Shift there.
Someone should, they should make that joke in episode 3, which will never come out, or Half-Life 3 or whatever, where someone would be like, Barney, last time I saw you, you work in the Blue Shift. He's like, it was a hell of a shift. And they're like, and then they, one of them turns to, yeah, about that, and they could have Gordon break character and actually say something like, dude, I don't drink. Something like that. Just like, shut up. Stop talking about the beer. Stop trying to get me to go to have a beer with you. I'm not going to do it.
How about that Solid Green I owe you?
I didn't drink with you in Black Mesa. I'm not going to drink with you now. Jesus, we're not that good of friends. Why can't you just accept that and move on?
About that Dr. Breen's Private Reserve I owe you.
How do those even cost money? Do they have money? Where did Alex get a coin? Why does she have a coin?
She was originally gonna do it to a Pepsi machine in the game, and then Valve just kind of cut that out. But she was like, "So, what drink can I get you? Diet or regular?" And then originally Kleider was gonna make that joke too. So they would shift a lot of jokes around in the beta, which I thought was dumb.
Oh shit. Okay, I was getting ahead of myself. There is a little more game still, and it's this kind of difficult part.
Oh god.
Whoops. Ah, I suck. I suck so hard. Yeah, okay. I had to play this a little harder. Okay. Let's actually try to play this game. Not be so shitty at it. Let's put a mine there. Let's put a satchel here. There we go.
I was going to mention something about the Discord. We probably, I don't know if you thought about putting other channels, I guess, for, like, if people want to link dump stuff, or...
I haven't really done much with it yet. It's, you know, it's definitely growing. Obviously, I didn't think this many people would actually be interested in joining it.
I mean, Discord's the new Skype, man. Everybody's on it, you know?
Discord, yeah, fuck, man. I'm using Discord instead of, like, Facebook and everything now. This is so much better than
the new Ventrilo.
Those websites.
All these millennial kids love the Discord, so I gotta get on it.
It's all about those custom emojis. Is the only reason.
Then when we're on Ventrilo, we can just have people come in with soundboards like it's 2004.
Balls.
Okay, get off the vent or I'll have you bent.
You need to join your channel.
User has pinged you. I remember I used to do that on my shitty Toshiba netbook. I think it could barely handle like virtual audio cable, but I still stuck with it anyways. I got bored over summer.
Half their laptops were shit to me. Like every time my friend had one or something, like in the, I guess it was like the 08, 09 models or something. They were like, "Yeah, this doesn't work. This doesn't work. This is kind of janky." Like, okay, you bought this for how much? Oh, $350. Yeah, I can see why.
I gotta impress upon everybody watching this stream that I don't normally suck this bad at this game. As part of it is that I can't hear it, part of it is that I'm not really focused on it. And that's all I got, unfortunately. That's all the excuses that I had prepared for tonight. If I come up with some more, I'll let you know.
It's just a regular old anxious playthrough of Opposing Force. Anything goes.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy because like
people will come out and shoot you in the face.
Yeah, like I mean, normally this is one of those games where even on the hard difficulty, I can usually play it where I have so much health and ammunition that I can't pick up almost anything, and then I feel like I'm wasting it. But right now I'm like running low on every fucking ammunition. I have no health. Oh, this is really embarrassing. I guess, yeah, I gained a lot of respect for people who can stream games and not suck ass at them. Also, I'm safe scumming like a madman.
Ah, whatever.
Gotcha, bitch. I shouldn't really act triumphant when I kill anybody either because I'm playing on medium difficulty and I'm still not doing that well. There he goes. Time to get on the gun. Oh man, I remember when like turret segments were a cool, exciting thing, and it was like, oh sweet, a turret, awesome.
There was a Half-Life mod I played recently that did something like that. It was actually really weird how they did it. You went inside this mech that had like plasma shielding and armor and whatever, and it was just a tram with a gun you could control on it. It was fucking weird. I think it was called Brave Brain or something. It's a, I think, Spanish mod. I mean, it sounds Spanish. That was the language, or the accent one of the characters in it had, so I assumed it was made by Mexicans.
That's a pretty big assumption to make, seeing as there's an entire other country that speaks that language.
I mean, it sounded like a Mexican accent, not like a Spanish accent, if that makes sense.
It wasn't faggy enough to be Spain.
I assume.
I'm sorry, Spain. I love you. That was wrong. I should have said that.
The stream is banned.
Yep. That's alright.
Not for the slurs, but just because it made fun of Spain.
Right. Yeah, because everybody knows that YouTube is Spanish controlled.
Olay.
Yeah. Unparalleled is asking if you played Hidden and Dangerous 2.
I spent a little bit of time with the original Hidden Dangerous, but not really enough.
I played the first one a little bit as well, but on the Dreamcast, and the loading on it was notoriously bad.
Nice.
I don't know how it would be on my, because I bought the GDMU, the,
bitch, suck it.
Drive replacement for the Dreamcast, which used like SD. Yeah, that thing is, I bought it about a year ago with my tax refund, and, I mean, it's great if you can, if you can get one. I mean, most of them now are clones, but they work the same. But they're worth the investment.
I think the creator of that got really, really mad that people clone. I can't remember if it was that or something for the Saturn, but I just remember being on VR. I was like, actually furious.
So, it's mostly Crix that he has been pretty vocal about the Chinese knockoffs, the clones of the EverDrives.
There we go. There's some healing water.
The other fellow that did the GDMU, it was just essentially a hobby project, and so he's out of, I think, Poland or whatever, because I directly bought it from him and shipped from Poland. It was just like hey, I'm doing a batch or whatever, and he would make them, and then you just put your pre-order in and it'll ship it to you. As for the Chinese is taking over it, and if he, was salty about it, I didn't really see anything significantly. If he was like, hey, I mean, I don't really endorse this, but it's just a hobby project and I made them, whatever. The Chinese are gonna reverse engineer this stuff anyway and then make it cheaper or whatever. But that's what they are. But yeah, Crix is usually pretty vocal about the EverDrives, and he has locked out updates and certain updates. I've got the clone, N64 one because fuck buying high-price N64 cartridges, especially like Mario 64 for $40 or something stupid. I mean, that's a common as dirt game. Like, oh, that should be $40-50 because it's got Mario on it. So I just bought that. It works fine. Even some of the patched 64DD games work fine with it. I mean, if you can get over the fact that you won't be able to do any updates on it, and there's some other features. I mean, it's like $60 for a clone.
That's actually pretty good.
But if you got a cart to sacrifice and you want the real thing, I mean, I'm not gonna say not get the real thing, but if you're like me and just want to play a couple of games, then it's gonna be fun. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
I can't be asked to care about. I just want to play some games on my Mega Drive that I can't afford. Like Glaylancer's $100. I'm like, I am not paying that much for one game.
Yeah, I mean, like most people have been pretty satisfied with the clones. I mean, the Super EverDrive. I think SD, the Super NES, has got the clones, and they've got a bunch of updates that just rolled out for a couple of those devices.
Interesting.
Like the MSU1 titles that are got real music in the background, which there's a Indiana Jones Greatest Adventures SNES, but with the movie soundtrack. It's fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, those MPU1 things. Those are pretty good.
Oh shit, I have a super chat from Wolfie Wolf saying Resonance Cascade Machine. I'm not sure what that means, but thank you. And then someone says that I look like Stephen King. Yeah, I hear that a lot. Yeah, that's correct. People usually say, holy shit, is that Stephen King's son? And, as far as I know, that's not the case. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying it probably isn't true.
This is somewhere I haven't been before.
Ooh. Alright, that was like the last fun fight, and now there's a shitty boss battle, and that's the end of the game. Oh well. It's fun while it lasted. This is like one of the slowest run-throughs of this game I've ever done because of how badly I'm playing, and it's still like, seriously, it's gotta be like a 4-hour game at the max. I guess when you play these games originally, you can spend a lot more time figuring out the puzzles or exploring the environments or something, and I kind of didn't do any of that shit. This is one of those boss battles where I appreciate that they made it easy because I hate boss battles, but at the same time I kind of have to acknowledge that it's a bit of a joke. Like, they give you a full health charging station right next to the boss in basically a safe room. It's like, yeah, anytime you feel like it, you can just go get full health.
Yep.
Have a nice life.
If I can finish this level.
And there's a secret down there. It's not much of a secret, but whatever. There's some free shit.
So, any games coming out this year that anybody's looking forward to?
No, I don't play video games anymore.
Dusk looks pretty rad.
Oh yeah, Dusk is gonna be good. It's
I haven't, you go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, you go on.
I was gonna say, I've been just picking up games when they get cheap, basically, on console or whatever. I mean,
yeah.
Especially Target's been doing, like, clearance games, and I was like, hey, Earthfall for $6, sure, I'll fart around with that Left 4 Dead clone.
See, that's one of my favorite things about console gaming, is just going to a store and seeing, oh hey, here's a game I've literally never fucking heard of for like $3 at GameStop. Okay, let's do it. And then you just find out, you know, all kinds of stuff you really like. I love that shit.
Right.
It's so fun.
That is always a good time.
Yeah.
Do I have to go? I have to pretend like I'm actually interested in going into that portal.
Looking forward to this year, Dusk, and then a new Senran Kagura whenever that actually comes out, because I have no clue.
Or with all the censorship stuff going on with that, of course. And
I can't be bothered to care about it. I'm just mad Sony's so pedantic. It's like, why do you care when this was like the entire thing that sold the Vita? This is
And
so
plus,
stupid.
The thing I hate about Sony doing
it's
this,
fine.
like, I'm not gonna buy a Sony console. I don't fucking give a shit.
Hit him
I
in
wasn't
the
going
eyes.
to before. But
In the immortal words of Peppy the Rabbit, maybe it's an eye. Aim for the eye. That's actually not what he says, is it? Oh well, doesn't matter.
But yeah, I don't know what the fuck they're doing with this. I don't know who they're trying to appeal to, because the crowd who like came to the PS4 for the cinematic games doesn't buy them anyways. The crowd that comes to those games, literally and figuratively, doesn't buy the cinematic games, or maybe they do, I don't know. But the point is, who are they pleasing here? It doesn't make any fucking sense.
well, like, I mean, most of those, like, you know, a lot of those Wii games, like, that's Sony's territory. And now they're like, I don't know, to be, it's like,
yeah, it'd be
they're
like
going
if
through and
Microsoft
censoring
was
a lot of that
banned
stuff. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if, like, it's funny because the Switch version of that, I think of, was it that game that's been mentioned? I guess it.
Senran Kagura Shinobi Reflections was the one they put on.
Yeah, I think that was
just a dating sim.
Yeah, and then Steam gets it uncensored, and then it's just the PlayStation is blackbarred or whatever they're gonna do to it. I think Censored Gaming did a video on it or something about it. I felt like something going over what was changed.
You know who's gonna benefit the most from this shit? Microsoft. Like, well, Nintendo too, but Microsoft's gonna get a good foothold for the Wii audience by like letting games.
I think they should. Like if especially small devs, a lot of these there are small devs that make these games anyway. It's like, why don't you just come over here and we'll slap your game on here and then like you know turn this into a good situation for them. But you know, the Japanese are still kind of you know where they are with Microsoft in some cases, and that some of that stuff has gotten better, but you know, so I mean,
oh fuck that!
We'll see.
Eyeballs. Glowing eyeballs. Gotta love it.
I see Wolf has a lot of disposable income for super chats.
Another 5. Yeah, another $5.
There's something about like furries that have a lot of money for some reason.
I don't get it, man.
Wait, he's a furry?
He has to be.
No.
His name is Wolfie Wolf.
That's it, Wolf. You want to be a furry? We'll let you be Old Yeller. How's that sound?
Oof. I'm gonna have to just think of him as a furry from now on. Can you do this with a sniper rifle or no? I guess you probably can't. Maybe that'd be a little too easy. Yeah, they probably won't let you do that. That's kind of too bad. It's a little bit too structured. This is very much a Zelda boss battle. Shades of Nintendo. And there he goes. And I think you have to hit him 3 times. Of course, everything is 3. 3 everything. Up. Maybe. Yeah, that's. Nope. Okay.
It was one of the high-profile games.
Yeah, he's dead. He's gotta be dead.
That and Eternal Sonata, Blue Dragon. There was a couple of those games that Square had a partnership with Microsoft. I think it was like Infinite Undiscovery, a few others that were.
There was
I think I got excited about Blue Dragon, and I got it, and I just never played it.
They were pretty cool.
Yeah, the Japanese, I mean, man, I didn't expect them to love Call of Duty. They love Call of Duty. I see a lot of Japanese streamers on.
That's something I've never understood is the dedicated audience to Western shooters in Japan. Like, I shielded here when I learned about it. It's a game called X Operations, and it's just like this. A bunch of Japanese fans of Resident Evil got together and made, or not Resident Evil, Rainbow Six, got together and made like a Rainbow Six Lite called X Operations, and it's just so fucking rad. I love Japanese interpretations of Western shooters. Yeah, of like, you know, Western shooters, because they always do really weird, cool stuff with it.
And there he goes, and that's the end, and that was like 3 hours since the game actually started fucking working. No, wait, I was supposed to start at 6. I started at about like 6:45, so it's not even 3 hours. And I played like garbage the whole way through. Wow! I love this game. I cannot believe how short it is.
I almost beat 3 levels of Redneck Rampage. In fact, I think I'm about to beat. This is either 3 or 4.
That's probably 2 more levels than anybody's ever bothered to play through in the history of ever.
Right, but the game gets better after the first 2 levels. It's weird.
Wolfie says he meant to request the falling pain sound from Half-Life. Oh, it's like that weird heavy exhale. It reminds me of the GoldenEye, like when you get shot in GoldenEye and everybody starts going.
Yeah.
And then you got 2 people trading shots with each other with automatic weapons, and they just both. There's the fucking invincibility frames. That's what made GoldenEye multiplayer so shitty. Everybody's got like 4 seconds of invincibility after they take any damage, and so the whole entire thing is just 2 people trading shots going.
This is why
God,
Perfect
what a pain
Dark
in the
is
ass.
better. It's
Perfect
literally
Dark's
perfect after all.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my
Considerably better.
I've never understood why people circle jerk over GoldenEye when Perfect Dark was just so much better in every way. I feel it's
GoldenEye
just
is simple. It's simple to set up a game, and that makes it really good for a party game where you've got like 1 or 2 gamers, one of them which has the console, and everybody else is just like a friend who's just at the party. It made a lot more sense in 1997 when like most of your friends probably didn't like video games, and so you were like, let's play some GoldenEye, and like 2 of them were like, cool, GoldenEye, and the other 2 were like, I guess.
You know what? That makes perfect sense. I don't think if I were wasted or high, I could navigate the Perfect Dark menu.
Yeah,
Granted,
there's so many options.
I never want to be, but
and the frame rate's even worse. You get maybe like
absolutely.
10 frames per second in GoldenEye. You get like No, actually, I think that's the impressive thing about Perfect Dark, right? Is that they increase the visual fidelity, they greatly increase the size of the levels and the number of people playing, all the visual effects, and they still manage to get 10 frames per second out of it. So,
yeah,
you know,
and
credit where credit is due.
What I love the most is they had it get done without the necessity for an expansion pack. Now, you need it for the single player, which tanks like a motherfucker, but the point remains, the fact the N64, such an incredibly underpowered console, could handle Perfect Dark is just mind-blowing.
I finished, oh gosh, how many episodes of Redneck Rampage did I finish? I finished like, I finished 4 of them over the course of this stream. I think I did pretty good.
Man, somebody brought up about binary domain, man. That's such a overlooked shooter, man.
Oh boy.
I enjoyed it.
I'm really looking forward to taking off this costume. It's just... ah, damn it. I could have just dressed up in generic tactical bullshit, but that wouldn't have been quite as appropriate, you know? Let's see, what have I got? I'm mixing and matching tonight. I've got a standard definition sidearm. But I've got high definition magazine pouches. I've got a canteen, but I didn't put anything in it because I didn't figure I would be able to get to it because I was sitting on it all night long. Oh, God, I took off the medical pouch. Got an extra magazine. Oh, it's actually a loaded magazine, but it's not for the right gun, so... for some reason, I have a Glock 19 magazine in my pouch. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It looks right anyway. Why not?
Yeah, I saw that post in the Discord about Walmart's making their own PCs now, or getting. I guess they're gonna get some.
I think that's fucking weird because they already had a line for this kind of stuff.
Well, the black web, a lot of that black web stuff, which I've used a couple of things. That's not bad.
Yeah, I'm using it now.
It's usually usually it's a lot of AliExpress. Like one of their newest mouse is like some mouse that's on Amazon for like. I think like technically $20 and under, so you get that same mouse for cheaper on Amazon if you find the exact same model. But that's interesting. I don't know if I really care about that name, but that seems generic as crap. But I mean, go for it. I mean, the PC, gaming is, if you get a store like Walmart to kind of, push.
The thing to consider too is. It's gonna start expensive, but you know how Walmart is with clearance and markdown and all that shit. It's gonna be cheap after a while.
Well, you can't, I don't know, Walmart, every Walmart around here is they never mark down stuff. And then I wanted to ask about, there was a Alienware Alpha machine at one of the stores that was at my store forever. And I was like, man, I wonder if that thing's gonna drop to $100 and I'll grid it. It was it just disappeared. I don't know what happened to it, but.
At a local Best Buy, it's actually where I got the computer I'm on now. They had an Alienware Alpha for $400. I'm like, shit, hell yeah. And then I got it.
Yeah.
People give Alienware a lot of shit, and it's completely justified, but the Alienware
Alpha... owned by Dell, and, yeah.
Yeah. But the Alienware Alpha is actually a really surprisingly good platform. I'm shocked by how good it is.
Well, since that's the end of the game, that's probably the end of the stream. If anybody's still watching and wants to ask a couple quick questions before we go, that's probably a good time to do it. Yeah, man. I strongly considered, this is the measure of my devotion / retardation. I strongly considered buying a Colt AR-15A2 police trade rifle. Because it would be essentially, Sans M203 would be essentially the perfect rifle to complete this costume, this outfit. But I didn't.
M203? Like Sans Undertale?
Oh,
yeah,
no.
something like that. So,
oh no.
My normal ARs are too modern and tactical to really fit the bill. And I have a PTR 51 that's the wrong caliber to make the MP5 parallel, so had to go with the Glock. Got a question from Combine. You ever try Half-Life Echoes? No.
Timothy Tabao asks, what inspired you to start making videos?
Oh man. That's a weird story. So I started college in 2008. So in 2008 I was in college and I had this idea that I thought was really original, which was like, what if I do Let's Plays except I script them? And I write. I was completely fucking retarded. I was like, what if I make Let's Plays except instead of doing it chronologically, I script them, I write something and do a voiceover, and then I edit the video to match the video. And I'm thinking, like, this is brilliant. No one's ever done this before. And then I discovered, like, Spoonie Experiment and a lot of those other channels. And that completely neutralized my idea. I was like, oh, cool, those already exist. I don't have to make them. And so I dusted off the idea again in 2011 when I got back from Japan. Because I got evacuated after the earthquake. And I got back not in time to sign up for spring term classes, so I was basically out from April until the next fall. And so I was like, oh, what am I going to do all this time? Oh, maybe I should try making some of those videos I had the idea to make. Because at that point I was a pretty big fan of like Spoonie Experiment and other shit. So, yep. It all started because I watched a lot of Let's Plays in college and thought somebody should make those that aren't, that are not improvised. Turns out I was not the first person to have that idea. Pinocha asks, you plan on making more live streams? When is the Halo video? Halo video is coming up. Should be done in November sometime. Live streams, it's kind of fun. I'm not really good at live streams, but I do enjoy them. I'd like to actually have people on the chat and talk to them instead of playing a video game. So probably that would be more like a Hangout, a Google Hangout, except with people on Discord. Or possibly Google Hangouts. Doesn't really matter too much, does it?
Big Pinocha was also asking if you checked out Blood Meridian.
No, I can't read. I'm actually illiterate. I don't tell people that very much, though.
So you're a Half-Life 2 fan?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother. Unfair Light says, you were in Japan? Yes, I was in Japan my junior year of college. I was supposed to be from August to August, but I ended up getting evacuated after the 2011 Tohoku earthquake because there was a lot of paranoia about nuclear shit. RKR says, has anyone ever told you look like John Carmack? Yes. Like, what if Stephen King and John Carmack had a steamy, illegitimate love child, and then for some reason he stopped aging at the age of 12? That would be me.
Thomas Roa, from Tsukihime, asks, have you ever played Obscure 1 and 2 for PS2 and PC? It's a survival horror game from 2003 and 2007, respectively. I've actually heard of this game, but it's impossible to look up.
So is obscure? Is that what he's saying?
Oh my gosh, it's on Steam.
What an ironic pun.
Yeah, the first Obscure is on Xbox, I think PC.
My gosh, you can buy both of them on Steam.
The sequel's on Wii and PS2. It's Obscure the Aftermath or something. It's like a spooky high school sort of thing. I can't remember. It's very vague. It's a Resident Evil, like horror game.
Its name is Obscure 2 Obscure the Aftermath.
Yeah, that's it. It's on Wii.
Too obscure, too furious. Yeah, I don't know anything about Obscure. I know I've heard of it and thought, oh, I should get that and play it, but I think that about a lot of games and it doesn't actually lead to anything, so.
And there's a spin-off game called The Final Exam that's on XBLA. That's a bit more goofy.
Pardon me.
Yeah, I agree. The Final Exam for Soul tends to be a bit of a horror thing.
I'm taking this off.
So, Spoonie's still alive, but I think Down the Rabbit Hole put a video on him. And he's basically what little Patreon people that's still actually giving him money for some reason. He's still alive. And he's still, yeah, he's got that Twitter, he had his Twitter with his dog, so he's like tweeting himself as his dog or something. It was like, okay.
That's the kind of content I'd pay a guy money per month for. I mean, how could you not want to?
I was waiting for that movie. you know.
Oh yeah, the movie.
Wait for that movie for how many years?
That's a damn shame. That guy, I mean, clearly he's fucking insane, but he's also one of the best writers that ever tried making, like, you know, YouTube videos and stuff. I think that his style of writing... Yeah, exactly. Like, and I used to follow Brad Jones on Twitter, and I had to stop because all day, every day, he would reply to every Donald Trump tweet with just some weird, insane thing. Like, Donald Trump would be like... I just landed in Boston looking forward to attending this like conference of young business people or something. And he would just tweet at Donald Trump like, "Hey, you fucking asshole, you're a crazy, terrible person." I was like, what the fuck even is this?
Yeah,
like
I still watch him, but like yeah, it was like I had to unfollow him because it's like, dude, like he's probably one is not going to see your tweet. Two, as far as I know, he could have been blocked you already if he really cared. And it's like you're wasting your time. Like there's nothing you could do about it.
Yeah. What does this accomplish? What are you doing here?
You're doing nothing with your life except for complaining at...
Anytime I look at Trump's tweets, you'll see just, like, strings of fucking replies all like that. Like, people all just clambering over each other. And it's like... You know he's not gonna just suddenly stop, you know, oh, hey, I don't know, some random fucking name here, like...
At Real Brad Jones told me I'm a piece of shit. Oh no, I have to reevaluate my life. It's like, nah, he's the president. I don't think he gives a fuck.
Oh no, someone called me an idiot. Well, I'm done being president now. Thank you, Brad Jones. You've changed society, my man.
So much for the wall. I guess I didn't know that Brad Jones didn't like the wall. Yeah, I don't know, man. You've got to have something better to do with your time than that, I would think. Gareth Schneider says, "Reminder, Spoonie has a fetish for watching Trump poop." That sounds oddly voyeuristic, and I think I'm into it.
Well, I'm unsubscribed. Bye now.
Tomas asks, "What's your guys' favorite horror survival game?" I think we talked about this a little bit earlier on because I said I don't like horror games, and Speedy said he does like horror games, and then I was distracted by aliens.
Then I said Condemned. And you said something about fear. You were talking about Code Night was walk you through the scary
stuff. He's my designated scary segment player.
I like Eternal Darkness for what I played of it. That would mess with you. That really needs like an HD remake, I think, if you're gonna put something on the Switch. But because of Silicon Knights, and yeah, probably not. But really good game.
Oops, I lost the chat. There you go.
Deadly Premonition, I enjoyed as well. That's Twin Peaks, the game, essentially. That's a bit horror.
I think I got that game or I meant to. I mean, I don't know. A little bit ago, this has been part of this hiatus has been sort of me like admitting to myself, you know what? I had all these lofty ideas, like here's all the shit that I'm gonna do, and I just like bought a shit ton of video games thinking that I would talk about them or use them in some way. And I kind of have to be honest with myself and saying I'm not really gonna do any of this shit. So I'm kind of trying to like pare it down, back to basics. That's why I'm closing out my Facebook page. That's why I closed down the website. Disassociated my Twitter account. Probably gonna close that as well, because it's like this whole weird fantasy of like here's all this full court media press thing I'm gonna do. Here's all these videos I'm gonna make. Nah, that's dumb. I'm just going to try to focus on making videos when I feel like it and not when I don't feel like it. So, yeah, that Halo video is coming. But that's about all I can tell you.
I mean, I have my Discord and I have a Twitter and YouTube, and that's about it. I like having Twitter because it lets me talk to a lot of people easily and also just tweet random stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I'd ever have a website because one, it's more stuff to maintain, and two, I just would never really find time to actually want to post on it.
Yeah, there's no actual value in a website because people don't go to fucking websites, and when you actually try to put your content, a lot of people try to do this, they try to make their own website for content. Nobody fucking goes there. You know, your stuff, if you want people to talk to you, you have to be on Discord or Twitter. If you want people to see your content, it has to be on YouTube. And if you want to take pictures of food, you have to be on Instagram. Like those are your options basically. So
pretty much.
if you want to talk to me, I'm on Discord. If you want to wait for videos to come out slowly, they'll come out on YouTube because YouTube's the platform. And if you want to look at what I had for dinner last night, follow me on Instagram. It was beef and green pepper stir fry.
And I had nothing for dinner. I just ate like leftovers from yesterday, which was a pulled pork sandwich.
Yeah, tonight I had a couple beers. That was fun.
The wedding I went to had
beers I owed ya. Oh, you left this back at Black Mesa too.
Yeah, you dropped this beer. I put the beer in your locker, but you never came and got it. Yeah.
The wedding I went to from our friend, he had a East Carolina pulled pork and chicken, mac and cheese, and some other stuff. That was like the dinner for the whole wedding. So it was pretty on point.
There you go. Now you guys can see my ugly face in full screen glory. Oh shit! I fucked it up. Oh well, doesn't matter. Close enough. Up 8Y. I'm not sure if that's pronounceable or just random letters. What's your preferred method of playing old games? Getting it to work on modern hardware or original hardware? When I had no space or money, it was getting it working on the only computer that I had. Now that I have extra money and room to work, I prefer original hardware because it's ironically a little easier a lot of the time. And it just sort of adds that authenticity. And not to shit on Racevic because he's fucking awesome, but in his Black video, he used emulated PS2 footage, and I'm not sure if that was because he just wanted to look as good as possible for the video, or if it was because it was easier to capture that way. But I was a little, that's not something I ever want to do, because that's not what the game actually looks like,
I was wondering if he had ran it through the Xbox One back compatible, because it looks really good on there too. But I think it stays at 30. I don't remember if it stays at 30 or.
Yeah, I think so.
But I played it a while ago when they dropped the big OG Xbox update. It looked really good. I mean, the game, it's okay to me, but it looked really good.
And that's the thing. Is like I was really at some point became focused on authenticity. I think because I watched a lot of like Phil's Computer Lab, maybe some LGR or something like that. Unfortunately, I really fucking dropped the ball on Chrome Spec Force and doing the redo of Chrome. Like, oh man, just totally wasn't thinking about that, the frame rate issue. But yeah, generally speaking, playing it on original hardware makes for a truer experience. It's kind of like how some people get really moist about scan lines, That's not really going to be me, but like, definitely that's what the games, that's what games used to look like. Like I did for a while. I would make this argument. People be like, how come people say XYZ game is too dark? Like, it's not too dark. It's like, well, what you have to realize is that you used to do your video gaming at 4 o'clock in the afternoon in the living room, where there was no way to keep the sun off the TV, and your TV was a huge rounded piece of glass that attracted all the reflections from the entire room. So if a game was even slightly not bright enough, all you could see was out your own windows when you looked at the TV. Like, that's what gaming used to be. Console gaming, at least, anyway. Like, that's that's when it used to fucking matter if a game was dark or not. Now it's like, whatever, just
See, the thing with vintage hardware and like being accurate with me is the way I prefer to do it is I think recording on modern hardware looks nicer, so I'll always try to play stuff on the actual hardware so I can get like an actual opinion on it. If I can, I'll capture footage, but I will use modern hardware for the most part because that's what people are going to be using. But I also want to represent the game in its original form. Like if older computer games, I will capture it. Like if my review for Dust, I had to capture some footage off my old computer, and I talked about how it ran like garbage. And then I captured most of my footage on a modern computer because it looked nicer. Then there's some games like Rogue Squadron where if I reviewed it on a modern computer, it would be kind of a disaster because the game is a pain in the ass to get working. So I'll just capture it on a Pentium 2 machine, and that actually worked.
Yeah, and that's where I started kind of getting more interested in trying to do console stuff, because you can really guarantee the accurate representation if you play an Xbox game or an Xbox 360 game and you capture it off an Xbox 360. Like, you get a really good snapshot in time of what that game was like, as opposed to playing it on a modern PC. It's not so feasible for most people, not even, I don't think, me, who has way too many computer parts and shit laying around, to like have, you know, a machine that's a little old. Like, what's that gonna do for you, right? But yeah, it's really easy to do console capture until my Hotbox started fucking up, and yeah, I don't know.
You know, it's funny, mine's dying too. It just stopped capturing video one day, so I haven't really been able to make reviews. Like, I was gonna do one of Quake 2, and then the card dies, and I'm like, oh, forget it.
Uh-oh, Executioner died.
No.
Oh, he might have misclicked. Just drag him back in here.
Yeah.
Or maybe he was sick and tired of talking to us, which I can understand that too.
I don't know. Let's ask him. Everybody ping him at once.
Yeah. Somebody asked... Oops, I think I lost it. Mr. Discount Stephen King / John Carmack, when is your Half-Life 2 review reissue coming? I've written a follow-up video to the Half-Life 2 thing, but it just seemed kind of like defensive and shitty. Like, it's just like adding... Oh yeah, there you go. Drag him back in. It just, you know, basically like addressing anything that I missed in the video, but it just sort of seemed like a loser reads hater comments situation. So I never actually made that. Pinocha asks, since you're a nature-type survivalist guy, what are your thoughts on RDR2? I'll let you know when it comes out on PC. Just kidding, it's not gonna, and I'm not gonna.
Did someone put him in general? Or?
I think he just clicked on the wrong thing.
Okay. Yeah, I clicked on the wrong thing.
Harney Barrow asks, thoughts on VidMe when it was still not dead? VidMe was like a video streaming service that actually worked, an alternative video streaming service, but their content discovery and their category system didn't really work, and then they gave up really fast, so fuck them.
I beat Body Count, I think, on like the Impossible, whatever it was. The ending was basically a big kick in the balls. It was dumb, really, really dumb ending.
Oh yeah, somebody asked something about Body Count. Yeah, that's a weird game. It's
just, yeah.
It's colorful, and I prefer bad colorful games to bad brown games. So if your game's gonna look ugly and weird, it might as well be colorful. And Body Count is a strange game. I don't know. I have something written for Body Count. I don't want to spoil it here. It's not like I'm ever gonna actually make that video, but if I ever did, I want to kind of keep some of my best jokes in my pocket for now.
Yeah, all the Codemasters FPS games were janky, like Operation Flashpoint, like post Bohemia.
Mm-hmm.
Especially Red Dragon was like curse word, curse word, curse word, curse word, because edgy.
Because that's what the real military is like. Well, maybe I'm not wrong, but still, you could write a little better. You could stand to use some more vocabulary.
Did you play? I guess you did play Red River, right? Yeah, Dragon Rising, Red River.
I played Dragon Rising. I don't think I ever played Red River. I kind of wanted to. I actually like Dragon Rising quite a bit. I like that game.
Yeah, the Red River I thought was interesting just with the writing. Dragon Rising was obviously a bit more. It seemed pretty
vanilla
in terms of.
There's not like anything you know achingly wrong with it. I think the nice thing about those games is that there's so much more you could do with Arma 2 and Arma 3, but nobody ever did do anything with Arma 2 or Arma 3. Arma 2 even and Arma 3 are just like fantastic creation utilities waiting for content to be made around them, which nobody ever did.
Except for like DayZ, that one got big.
That was weird. I can remember sort of playing DayZ, but it's weird to think that game still hasn't come out or been finished.
Wait, what?
Yeah. It just gets worse and worse with time. Like, the original, very early on versions were a shitload of fun, and then it got less and less fun the more content they added to it.
Oh my
and
gosh,
by now it looks really bad. Yeah, it looks really bad now.
Recent reviews mostly negative.
Manny Kabilt asks, have you played Divine Cybermancy. Yeah, I hate that game. I think there's a lot of pretentious jerk-offs in the gaming community who play it, don't understand it, and assume that must mean it's awesome. Or they come up with their own version of events to try to make it make sense, and then they think that that gives them sort of like an exclusive access into the world of Divine Cybermancy. But the truth is, the game has no gameplay, and it has no story, and it has terrible writing, and it has really pretty levels that were clearly designed to be like PvP multiplayer levels, and then somehow they just crammed a terrible story mission into each one of them. That game fucking sucks, dude. Divine Cybermancy is just a waste of time.
So basically what you're saying is it's Doom 2.
I'm not sure I'm saying that.
Oh. The thing about Doom 2 was that it has like way better multiplayer levels that are more like gimmicky show-off stuff for the engine than like anything else. And they were made for, I think they were designed for multiplayer first, and then they just threw monsters and shit at them or something.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, Doom 2 single player sucks, and yeah.
It has the city levels in Doom 2 are garbage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, weird idea. I'd rather play Chex Quest anyway.
Oh yeah, Chex Quest is classic.
You could do a deathmatch with Chex Quest if you use like was it Z-Doom or some other port client. It's pretty funny to play that game on deathmatch when it's not originally the original release to even have it.
Yeah, God, I love Chex Quest. Chex Quest 2 and 3 are not that great, but the first Chex Quest is, you know, the 5 best Doom levels ever made.
Let's get 100 hours of AOL, so
right, yeah.
Win-win.
You get the internet and you get Doom, and you needed that internet because when you, or not Doom, Chex Quest, but when you beat Chex Quest, it told you where to go to get the second game, which was on the internet. And God, when did that game come out? Mid to late 90s, I guess. And I was not good enough at that game to beat it until later on when the website had already been taken down, so I never actually got to play Doom 2 until years later when the creator released the first 2 games for free and finished up it's Doom, essentially Doom. Chex Quest 3, he finished up Chex Quest 3 and released it at the same time. That was really cool. People are talking about Resident Evil. I don't know. Whatever. Matthew Okonski, have you played Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines? If so, do you have any plans to make a video on it? I've never got around to it, and I probably never will. They certainly look interesting, and I think I would appreciate the jank, but the thing about jank is that when you're younger and you have a lot of spare time, you're willing to investigate, you know, you're willing to explore and have fun with janky, shitty games. And when you're older, it's just like, oh, fuck. I don't have time to learn how to appreciate this game. Salakin asks, why was I kicked, to be completely honest? You know why.
Yeah, you...
The word ethno-state springs to mind.
Salakin puts the no in ethno-state.
Yeah.
He opened his mouth, and then the whole chat was about Albania and like all the other countries in the Middle East that don't matter. Yeah, it was something to do with Estonia, and I don't really care. And someone in the chat, I think, is actually from Estonia, and like, I'm sure it's a great country. I'd love to visit and all that, but I don't want to argue with Salakin about Estonia tonight. It doesn't. I don't know. Metroid09 asks, have you ever played the Myth games? They're made by Bungie. You also made Marathon. If so, what are your thoughts? Yeah, they're fine. Whatever. I don't care. I don't like Myth. Sorry. P.S. Super chatted says, for your MechWarrior retrospective, Cone forever. Indeed. Oops, and I clicked something I can't get out. God, I'm so bad at YouTube. Sound like Executioner's dragging a body out to be shed.
I am. No.
Makes sense. Clark says that after everybody got kicked out, chat got a lot less retarded, but I'm not sure I believe him.
Oh Oh no.
Pinocha.
Privileges.
Oh.
Nice,
Oh god. I'm
Hey,
so
Sal, how's it
ruining
going?
the live stream, my lord. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Who got murdered?
Holy shit, that's so thematically appropriate for Halloween. We were just talking about Resident Evil.
Oh, the door.
Guy from
Oh, okay.
wanted to say to you that he loves your channel and he wants you to make more videos.
Is this code for him saying he wants to something about his country on stream?
I'm gonna mute you for a second, Executioner. Whew, holy shit. That got really interesting at the end there. Pinocha asks, have you played Oni? Yes, Oni is my favorite Bungie game. Don't hate me.
Oni's combat system. Oni's combat system is great. Its level design is a little bit backwards.
Spartan. It's effective. It does what it came there to do.
It's a very plain woman.
It happens.
A question to the Roland man. Question to the Roland man.
They got him.
When will gamers rise up?
Tomorrow, I hope.
Like 5 times.
I didn't answer it. I just stonewalled him before because I didn't want to answer it.
Oh, okay.
Well, you have to remember that gamers are the stupidest fucking people I've ever met in my fucking life, so I don't think they ever are going to rise up.
Have you
Alternatively, I once said, why did I say this? I don't remember. I said that if Donald Trump wins the election, it will be Anita Sarkeesian's fault. I think that was at least 50% true. So in a way, gamers did rise up, and they rose up with their votes, and they voted Donald Trump into the office of the President of the United States of America.
My favorite shit is, though, man, is that Xi Jinping of China is going to come out as a gamer. It's only a matter of time.
It won't matter.
By the way, though,
because
I
he's
just want to
Chinese.
ask you now, the ANCAP?
Is that a question?
Oh no.
Yeah, are you,
There we go.
Are you still an ANCAP?
I'm an anarcho-syndicalist.
I'm sick of that.
Can you repeat that in English, please?
I can't. English doesn't have the words for that sort of high-level philosophical concept.
You watch Rick and Morty? Oh wait, you do. That's
Damn
right.
it,
You do.
Salo, I was gonna say that. I was gonna. Fuck you.
He does watch Rick and Morty though, so I know he does, cause so yeah, you know that. So you have the high IQ, so that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask Speedy, why haven't you uploaded for like a month?
Sallow, I've been uploading for 2 months straight, and I just put out a new video today.
Oh, that's right. You just uploaded Blood. Okay, I'll give it a good dislike.
You know, Sal only, like, he's on the internet for, like, 2 or 3 days a year.
And, Sallow, we need to do a collab sometime on some game or something.
Dude. No, it'll be a collab on that Turkish Hitman game. I mean, Turkish, whoa, 23 minutes. Fuck yeah. Max Payne game.
Yeah, I'll see if I can get it to you tomorrow.
Just throw me an interesting game or something, then I'll happily collab with you. It just has to be something that's kind of gay and obscure. I have to admit though, your channel has fucking greatly improved from like a couple of years back when I watched your early Heavy Gear videos.
Yeah, that's why I remade my first Heavy Gear video, because I've gotten a lot better. I was like, this video's not really good anymore, let's fix it.
I do want to see you and your BF on Brazzers though. When is that gonna happen?
Please no. Please no. I want no role in this.
Alright, kick him again.
No!
Give him this. Give him the noose. I'm doing it. I'm sorry, Sallow.
What did he do?
He crossed the line.
Stick. Don't give him the stick.
Ooh.
G.I. Joe.
You can't do it to me, man. I have the
shit.
I have the power.
I'm the fucking deputy. I'm the one with the gun here. Now you either play by my rules or I shoot myself in the foot.
Speedy, the only way I can make this stop is by revoking your administrator rights, so I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to take them away.
Oh my God.
And now I can mute Sal, and he can't do anything about it. Everything's great.
Wasted.
Life is excellent. Although, Maverick is still Deputy Maverick, therefore he is still basically in charge. Good enough, I guess.
If you shorten some letters, Deputy Maverick is just basically Dab, but without the B. I didn't realize until I said that there wasn't a B in my name. Oh, I'm so stupid.
You should have worked on that joke for another couple minutes before you busted out with it.
It doesn't. Wait, you know what hit me? It doesn't even have the A in it.
What? Yeah, it does.
It doesn't have an A.
It has an A in Maverick.
Yeah, that's where I got the A from. Clearly the A wasn't in English, though, that's for sure.
Wow.
Well, no, if you turn the P upside down and then invert it, it becomes a B, so you could do that too.
Okay. I love that Setlikin just pulls Deafen like several times. He's probably beating his ground harness in like protest. Like the kangaroo monkey hybrid his kind are.
He's gonna start breaking links on his ground harness until he flows.
By the way, no offense, Minnie.
Yeah, Minnie, we love you. We don't judge you more harshly based on the things that Salakin says and does. It's not your fault, man. It's not your fault.
Yeah, you're cool, Minnie. Salo was just the Dr. Von Tacos.
It's like he's screaming without saying anything.
It's pretty awesome. This is really nice. I had to admit, this is the most fun I've had all night. Not listening to Salakin. It's really good.
Well, I'll spice up the night. Hey guys, here's DSP eating a hot dog.
Oh, awful. Somebody said, oh, I just lost it.
Somebody said Taurus Judge.
Woo. Represent.
Do you have a Taurus Judge?
Nice Meme was wondering what the best concealed carry assault handgun was. And then he's also asking about death grips.
It's this.
I think my brother gifted my dad a Taurus Judge.
Does your brother not like your dad, or what's the story there?
The idea was that, you know, with the self-defense thing, so I don't know if he's even fired it, to be honest with you, but he gave him, like, here's some 22 shells, here's some hollow points. I don't know if he's even gone out to practice that thing, because I know that's, I think it's more of a range toy, as I understand. It's not so much maybe a self-defense item, but it's more like, hey, the thing shoots 22, you know, shotgun shells. Look at me. Yeah, I mean, that's what I understand the general.
Harney Barrow says top 10 graphically impressive Australians. I can only think of, is Eric Bana? Is he Australian? There's one.
Yes.
There's Minnie, our friend Minnie. There's two. There's Pogo, the guy that makes the cool video game, or not video game, like Disney remix music and shit on YouTube. That's three. That's it. There's just three graphically impressive Australians. The only three I can think of.
I would add G Man Lives.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's four. Okay. There's four decent Australians in the world.
I think you're kind of stretching it there with G. I don't know.
He's weird.
I don't like GG Man Lives. The thing is, I was talking to
it's GGG Man Lives.
Excuse me.
There's three G's now.
GG Man Lives. Anyways,
Eric Bana is not South African. He's not a South African. There's no way in hell Eric Banana. There's no way in hell that guy is South African. His American accent from Black Hawk Down is the most Australian shit you'll ever hear in your life. Mel Gibson. Oh, Mel Gibson. Yeah, bless him. He's, I guess he's technically Australian too.
RKR asked a question I think is interesting. Best Doom map creator, Peterson, Romero, or Carmack?
I don't follow Doom closely enough to care.
Did Carmack even do maps for Doom? I thought he just did code.
No, I mean, I guess Romero. Like, I know enough about it to know that I prefer Romero maps just because they're interesting. But the best mapper of all time is the fucking art director from the original Marathon, whose name I can't remember, who made all the 4 ship levels. That guy's genius.
Peterson gave us the city level that gave you a gigantic fucking arrow to tell you where to go, so that should tell you enough about him. Cool guy, but his maps are just not fucking great.
Alright, I think it's probably about that time. It's 10 o'clock. We managed to play all of Opposing Force in like 3 hours and then argue with Salakin about...
Holy fuck, it's midnight.
Yeah.
He's angrily muting and unmuting himself.
Do you want to give him his last rites before we,
Yeah, give him the privilege.
We'll unmute him, but you know what he's gonna fucking say when he comes back.
Salakin, you better make this good.
Make it... You muted yourself, dumbass!
It's a protest. It's like a hunger strike, I guess. Oh, he's out. Thank God. Thank God we don't have to deal with whatever he was gonna say.
Oh no, he's back.
Salakin, you...
I can talk now?
Yeah?
Nope. There you go. I said you have your last words. You should have used it well. Hey, I'm a cruel man. I'm the judge, the jury, and the executive, bitch. Oh, we're letting him talk again.
Alright, what do you have to say? What do you have to say for yourself?
That was a pretty good stream. Thank you very much.
Too late, man. It's too late to suck up to me now.
This is what I like about Salakin. He's very chaotic.
I mean, there's definitely something wrong with the guy, but who am I to judge, right?
He may be silly, but he's silly, because I don't want to call him a retard, because that's rude.
But not inaccurate.
Yeah.
Oh, people are posting like they just now joined and missed the whole thing, which I'm really sorry because we're about to stop it. But it's okay because it wasn't very good, so you didn't miss anything.
Hey, come to my YouTube, guys. I'll
go watch
stream
Maverick's
everything
channel.
for the next 4 hours.
He doesn't have a YouTube. I have a YouTube where I post game reviews and stuff.
Yeah.
I make guttural
Oh,
noises.
great. Salakin's back. This is just going to keep getting worse and worse unless we stop.
Salo, what's up, my man? What are you calling in for?
Hey, Salo, I have a genuine question for you. Can you tell us what your political stance is?
What? No, don't do it.
Can you show us on the political alignment chart where the ethno-state touched you?
Watch The Night is... what's it called? The Night Will Come For Us? It's on Netflix. It's a really good Indonesian action movie. Watch it.
Okay, Salakin, in 20 words or less, can you explain your political stance on the toothpaste industry and its taxation in America? Do you think it's right that they get tax exemptions on the
Thanks everybody
materials
for
they
dropping
use?
by. As Maverick plays us out, I have
Well, that's
been
all,
the examined
folks.
life of gaming. I'm the whole thing. It's just me. And then these guys have been here too, for some reason. And that's it. Goodbye forever.